You're banned from the show.
He just sent us a big note. I was going to give it to you in a break. I'll just tell you the title, then you can talk to him. The title is "Things Need to Change Now."
What's it say? Let me hear it.
It's really long.
It's long.
It goes. Look at how long this is. Can you see?
Can you pull out some highlights, or is it too difficult?
Yeah, give me a second. Give me 2 seconds.
How long did it take you to write that letter, Eric?
About an hour.
Wow. I mean, it's this crazy, long, dense.
Here, I'll give it to you. He talks about how he never threatened to sue us. He just talked about threatening to sue us, and that we took it too seriously. That his family gives him a hard time. That we should know better. He gets into a whole bunch of stuff.
Look, here's the thing. Bottom line, Gary, because I'm not talking to Eric. I'll talk to you, and you can talk to Eric.
Okay.
All right. Number one, nobody threatens me. Number two, he did threaten us. He said that if my listeners bother him, he's suing me. I don't tell my listeners to bother him. I don't tell him to have a Twitter account. Tell him that.
By the way, this is my fault. I made more out of what he said in the email, and he was unfairly ganged up on. Enough is enough. I want to get back on the air and be able to talk to you about AGT and other shit. Then he goes on to name a whole bunch of people. I have no idea who the fuck they are, that he's mad at, that they, in his time of need, have sort of abandoned him and don't answer his emails. But I don't know who any of these people are.
Let's hear.
Well,
Are you that dumb, Gary? One of them's Tabitha. You don't know who that is? Are you
since there's no last name, you little fucking douchebag, no, I don't know who it is. It just says Tabitha. Do I know every... Here it says, I want to address Jeremy, Tabitha, Robert, and Mr. Strauss. How the fuck am I supposed to know who these people are?
Her name is in the email address.
Yeah, because that's what I'm doing. I'm so consumed with you. I'm checking names in the address. You're small on size, but big on ego.
No, I'm not, jackass.
You're the most egotistical little fuck ever. Believe it or not, we have a whole day here where we don't think about you.
Gary, who's Robert?
Robert Mills. I don't know who that is.
Oh, Bob Mills from ABC.
Okay.
Who else?
Jeremy Borash.
Robert Mills has abandoned Eric?
Yes. He goes, I'm going to be calm and not lose my temper with you like I'm known for. Jeremy and Tabitha, I considered you two to be friends, but over the last, I don't know how many months, because I lost count, you two have not been easy.
Who's Jeremy?
Easy to get back to me. Okay, Jeremy, I'll cut you a little slack because you did message me about a month ago, but then you stopped quickly.
Who's Jeremy?
Jeremy Borash. Who's that? What's that?
TNA Wrestling.
TNA Wrestling. Okay. Now for Robert Mills. Of course I know that you have replied to some of my Twitter direct messages, but trying to get to talk to you has not been easy. I get it, because he's running a network.
Yeah, because he works at ABC and he's got an important job.
I have an idea that I want to share with you for new ABC or ABC family reality shows and game shows.
Ask Eric what the idea is. I got to hear this.
Eric, what's the idea?
Well, the most recent one I thought of would be a competition to find the next big voiceover actor for the Disney and Pixar cartoons.
Oh, boy.
For a TV show? It's the worst idea ever. Imagine tuning in and trying to find
a voice guy.
Here's my favorite part, Howard. Here's how the letter ends. It's a whole sympathy thing. And listen, it may be true, but to all of you, I have a heart issue. One thing that clearly is not good for me is to stress out or be stressed. So, Eric, if you don't want to be stressed out, then just ignore us. Being ignored by people that I thought I was on good terms with does not help keep me stress-free.
I was on really good terms with him. I even call him Eric the actor.
The greatest champion of his.
Yeah, I'm the greatest champion of his. And what does he do? He starts threatening to sue me. So I said, hey, man, dude, let's stop the friendship right now.
And now you're stressing him out.
Now I'm stressing
And
him.
I would like to talk to Eric, just so you know, Howard read your email, so I didn't make more out of it. He read it. He understood what you were threatening.
And a threat is always talked about. Don't say you talked about threatening. You didn't threaten.
Or Gary didn't even word that one right.
What?
I did not say anything in that email that was sent tonight that said that my parents and my family give me a hard time. I didn't write that.
Okay.
I know I didn't write that. That was bullshit that came off of what Gary just said.
Look,
My
after
family
38...
did not
Hold on,
give
shut up
me
a second. Shut up.
hard time at all.
Shut up. Look, after 38 years of being around my parents and family, I know how they are.
All right, look.
Yes, I know.
I gotta
I
go.
didn't say that they give me a
Stop
hard
picking out
time.
little sentences and just shut the fuck up.
But you don't like Eric, Gary.
He's
He is ungrateful. He wants what he wants. The whole
Go
world
to
has to stop.
Brooklyn Zoo. Go to the Bronx Zoo and visit your relatives, monkey ass.
That is hysterical. That is fucking hysterical. And by the way, a joke that's never been told before. Very original and told with the timing of a top-notch comedian, douchebag.
You have relatives at the Bronx Zoo?
Apparently I do, according to this fucking genius.
Go get in a worst pitching contest with Early Ray Jepsen.
What do you say?
The worst pitch since Carly Rae Jepsen.
The worst what?
He
Pitch.
said go into a pitching contest with Carly Rae Jepsen.
Again, genius, because that joke hasn't been told. Eric, you gotta get something like, you gotta be like original.
Well, how's he going to do
Oh,
that?
come on, that was a week ago. How many people have said that joke between now and last Sunday?
At
Probably
least
no one.
1,000. At least, I'll go to my Twitter. At least 1,000 people have told that joke, Eric.
Did Eric get rid of his Twitter account?
Yes.
Ask him. He did? You know that for a fact?
Well, JD just yelled it out to me, so I don't know.
All right. Did you ask him why?
Well, I think the stress is too much.
Oh.
Oh, wait a second. It's back up, they're telling me. It was down and now it's up.
It's up, down, you never know. It's like the weather.
Ask him if his Twitter account is up or down.
Hey, Eric, your Twitter account up or down?
Hello?
I'm not. It's not up.
So, wait, hold on. Does Eric, the actor, have a Twitter account that is now active?
No.
Okay, whether you're tweeting or not. So, the account that you had has been shut down, correct?
Oh, I'm trying to keep it under fucking wraps, you ape face.
What is he doing?
It is up.
He's trying to keep it under wraps that he wants the audience to think it's down, but it's really up.
Because I'm only trying to use it to do direct messages now.
So it's like a
And not
secret.
messing with this
What happened to email?
bullshit.
It's a secret Twitter account? How can you have that? People are going to figure that out.
By the way, Howard,
I don't.
if you go to Eric's account, the only people he follows, for the most part, are all these porn chicks with huge tits. Like all big boob accounts.
Well, come on, he's a guy.
Oh.
Can you blame him? See, I'm the only one who defends Eric, and then he's busy fucking threatening me. I've had it. I mean, I'm pissed.
What is the
How
big
about-
deal? Why does he need to get back on this show?
I don't know.
Why is it stressing him out that he can't be on?
Eric, why is it stressing
How-
you out?
Let me say something, and then I'll answer that question. How would I apologize for that bullshit?
All right.
But wait a second. You apologize. You do admit that you threatened him, and you apologize for that. Is that correct?
I may have gone over the line in what I said.
You do admit that without this show, there really is no career for you, correct?
Yes.
So is that why you need to get back on?
According to Johnny, no one wants to deal with me unless I have airtime on this show.
You needed Johnny to tell you that?
According to Johnny. Johnny told you that?
You were under the delusion
Yes.
that you had some kind of appeal beyond this?
Well, I was hoping maybe I would.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and think about whether I should unban you or not. I'm going to think about it. How's that?
Fred the retard, stop hitting that.
Eric, I'll go back and think about it, all right? I'm still very hurt.
Okay.
I have one question for him. Eric, you're going to be okay, once you get back in Johnny's good graces, you're still okay with Johnny representing Jeff the drunk? Because I know that was a big issue.
No.
Every agent has multiple clients. They don't just have one.
They can't just have one client. Unless you're like Tom Cruise or something.
No one is going to give that idiot a job. Either fucking risk. He can either show up at drunk or high or both.
Well, that's not true, Eric. John Strauss from In Plain Sight is prepared to cast him right now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're telling me Jeff the drunk, just from
Got a job?
from signing with Johnny for a few days, already has acting work?
Yeah, so In Plain Sight is done. John's working on a movie. Eric's been emailing and annoying the shit out of him as well.
Right.
And but Johnny represents him, and Strauss is considering using Jeff in his movie.
Wow.
The only upside of having Jeff is he comes with his own fucking trailer.
Eric, do you realize the chain reaction you've set off? Now you've missed out on another movie role because Jeff the drunk is getting it because you fired Johnny. I guess Johnny was working on a big deal for Eric, and then
he blew it.
By the way, Johnny's also in talks with the possibility of a new client, which is High Pitch Eric, and he told 𝗛𝗲𝗿𝗍, I had a conversation with him, I'm not sure, but I may have been offered sexual favors to represent him.
Wow. So are you jealous now of Jeff the drunk and High Pitch Eric being represented by Johnny?
Well, I really don't have any bad feelings towards High Pitch anymore, but Jeff, I've never liked that dumb fuck.
Will you be willing to work with Johnny again? Johnny is presently not your agent, am I correct? You fired him.
He's kind of on the back, but on a short leash.
Okay. Are you forcing him to drop Jeff the drunk?
That's one of my conditions of having him continue to represent me.
So, in other words, you will not work with Johnny if he's not exclusive to you.
Right.
But here's a better demand I heard from 𝗛𝗲𝗍. He's demanding that Johnny buy him either a motorhome or a van if he wants to represent him again.
Wow.
Wow. I don't think Eric's had too much luck finding any other representation.
Has anybody called you to represent you since you dumped Johnny?
No.
All right. Well, this saga is fascinating, but I have to go.
I was going to try to see if Howie's wife wanted to represent me. I heard she was an agent.
I could get her on the phone, but first I have to make up with you, and I'm not sure I'm there yet. But if I do make up with you, I might get Howie's wife on the phone and let you talk to her.
Okay.
All right.
Howard, was the apology all he needs to do to get back on?
No,
Howard's thinking about it.
I'm thinking
He doesn't
about it.
know.
I don't know how I feel right now. I do miss Eric, but I do feel hurt by him.
Oh.
You know, if Mary Jo 𝗛𝗍𝗿𝗍 could forgive Amy Fisher, maybe I could forgive Eric, but I don't know yet.
Hey, I got an idea.
Yeah.
Can JD rub his spoons on Eric's cock?
In order to
No.
get... No? All right.
Can you
No,
imagine?
I just have a...
All right, I got to go.
I have a... Well, I have a comment about one of your AGT picks.
I got to go, Eric.
You don't get to comment till Howard decides if you're back.
Right, you're not back yet. I'm thinking about it, though. Try to be on good
Well,
behavior.
it's just...
Thank you.
I'll just say he's not a rookie.
All right,
Like all
I
the
got to go.
others.
Got to go, Eric. Bye-bye.
How you doing today?
I'm here. That's a good start.
First time it's serious, right?
Yeah, it's my first time.
It's been a while
Oh my
since
God,
you've been
look
on.
at these.
The famous cupcakes.
They're famous, but
Take one if you want. They're
maybe a
good.
little too famous for me. I think they're too
They're
famous.
excellent.
I think they're just too damn famous for me. Wow, this
So-
is cool.
So
I haven't
excited
been
to be here?
Yeah, I haven't been here. I haven't been on this location. I haven't even been on Howard's show yet.
It's been a while,
Except
right?
for on the phone.
Yeah. So right in here.
Yeah. I go in here? Is this my spot?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So what are you going to be talking about today? Your new movie?
My new movie, yeah, Angels and Demons. I hope. But you
Hope
never
it's
know.
one of the things to talk
You
about.
never know with Howard what you're going to talk about.
It's true. Anything can come up.
Anything can, and usually does. But yeah, Angels and Demons, which opens. Today's Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
Friday. It opens Friday. So that'll be great.
All right. So hang tight, and we'll see you in a little bit.
You bet. You bet.
Ron Howard is one of the most successful directors in America. He's probably the top, I don't know, who are the top 5 directors? Let's ask Ron. Ron, are you the top 5 directors in America? I mean, if we're going to really think about it, I think you are, right?
Well,
who's better than you?
There's some pretty good people out there making good movies all the time. I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you.
Good, thanks.
This is my spot?
Yeah, take a seat anywhere you want.
Great, great.
Not too many strippers have sat there recently. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You're wearing jeans. It's fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You?
You nervous with this movie coming out? Angels and Demons?
I'm kind of excited.
You are?
Well, you know, the Da Vinci Code showed that there's a big audience for, you know, Tom Hanks playing this kind of a character.
By the way, I made a mistake. Da Vinci Code worldwide made $780 million.
760.
And we were just trying to figure out what your take is on that. That's got to be 10%, right?
So I'm really excited about the movie because
he's going to make another big payday.
Do you get $76 million for that? I mean, I would think that would be fair that you would get.
I think it would be fair too.
You don't think? But they don't give you that?
No, it doesn't, because that's the gross.
Right.
And then
but your deal is off the gross.
And then there's that's the gross what the theaters bring in. It's about, you know, slightly less than half that is what the studios get.
That's true. Right.
Which is probably why you were reducing it. Your business savvy was kicking in. That's why you cut it in half.
Aren't you disgusted that the theater? Let's say you go off and you make a movie for 2 years and you're thinking about this thing and you could make a lot of you have to choose your movie.
Right.
The theater gets 50% of every dollar. Does that bother you at all?
No.
It doesn't?
No, because they got to stay in business, and
But don't the studios somehow own some of those theaters, and then they end up getting a double dip?
There's always that, But
right.
the fact is, what the way it really works is there's like a ratio. So in the beginning, the first couple of weeks, the studios take a little more than the 50. It just kind of averages out to around 45 or 50%.
I mean, you should get if you make a film that makes $760 million, you should get you should benefit. I mean, you made the film.
I think he benefited.
I benefited.
I think he does benefit.
Do you have to split everything with Brian Grazer?
We've had that partnership for 20-some years. Everything goes into the pot.
So it's 50-50 with you too.
But you know what? 24 goes into the pot too, and that's Brian.
Nice.
And Brian produced that.
Oh yeah.
So anything he
TV show-
produces, you get half of.
Huh?
Anything he produces, you get.
Yeah, everything just goes into a pot.
Wow.
I see the name Imagine, which is your film company, your production company. I see your name on everything. Imagine.
Right.
I can't imagine how you guys can be that involved in all of these projects. What do? You farm them out to people? I mean, you can't be that involved in everything.
Well, I mean, it's a company, so we have some great executives,
right?
Karen 𝗛𝗄𝗄 and others who do great work, and executive producers and directors.
Has Imagine had any failures that I don't know about? I mean, it seems like everything's a winner with you.
Well, let's keep it like that. Let's
Are
not
there
delve.
failures?
Of course we have disappointments.
What is your greatest disappointment?
Who, as a director, maybe?
Okay, what film did you make? I can't even think. What film did you make that didn't do well financially that you think should have been?
Well, I made a Western. With The Missing, with Cate Blanchett and Tommy Lee Jones. I loved this movie, but we really couldn't get people to go see it.
Is that right?
That happens.
The Missing.
Yeah.
It's your worst nightmare. You put in 2 years.
I see everything, and I don't think I saw that.
But I love the movie. I mean, so if you,
did it get good reviews?
Mixed reviews, but it's real glowing. Some loved it. Some didn't like it much at all.
I'm going to rent it.
It's good.
I will watch it.
I personally am really proud of it.
I missed that one. I really did. I mean, I see pretty much everything you do.
Well, we talked about Frost Nixon. You could.
Yeah, I love Frost Nixon.
But are there any that were personal disappointments that you thought, all right, you go into every concept, of course, with great expectations, you didn't like the final result, that you didn't?
There's, there are always elements of everything that you wish you had another chance to do, and so forth. But I sort of quit talking about it because one time somebody said, well, what's your least favorite movie? And I was talking, and it's a bunch of kids. It was high school students at a class. And I'm talking to them very frankly, very honestly, and I told them. And the look of disappointment, because that was their favorite. So, you know, once I make them, it's not really up to me. It's, you know, people like the ones they like.
You sit and watch these films ever? Do you ever
go back and see them again?
Yeah.
I don't, unless I have to do a DVD 20th anniversary commentary, which I've been around long enough that that's starting to come up.
Right, and also you were honored recently. I have the DVD. I haven't watched it yet. There was like a whole commemoration of your career and all the films you've made. Right? It was a whole.
I didn't see that, but I know about it.
Why wouldn't you go back and watch these films? Well, I'd be proud of them.
I am proud of them. If I bump into them or something, and I watch a few scenes, but you know, I saw them a lot. when we made them.
But when you, let's say you're laying in bed and you watch TV and Splash comes on or something.
If I catch it in the middle, I'll watch a few scenes.
You will.
When I did we did a commentary for that a while back. I was really proud of it. I thought it worked great. We did a Parenthood one. Now there's going to be a new television series based on Parenthood.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
It's the same guy who created Friday Night Lights as a movie. I mean, as a television show for us. And he came to Brian and I and said, I want to do Parenthood, and I want to do this family. And we said, why don't you just invent your own family? He said, well, I love the structure of that family and those characters. And he wrote a fantastic script, and the pilot got picked up.
I mean, if you're not one of the wealthiest guys in Hollywood, then who is? I mean, you've got to be tremendously successful financially. I'm thinking this through. I mean, I started a production company. I used to make these productions. You couldn't get paid.
Right.
But you're able to.
But he manages,
You're able to make a living out of it. I like that.
I try to get paid as often as possible.
But how many projects do you consider every year that don't get, not everything gets picked up. Not everything gets a go.
Oh, no. I mean, for me as a director, I'm always developing 5 or 6 things, and I can only do a movie every 18 months.
Right now, do you have 5 movies in mind that you want to make?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You mean that you're actively developing
the
script?
But will the screenplays come together? Could you ever get the right casting? So it's one thing to have an idea that you're passionate about, but then it's another thing to get it to the next level where you think, we can really make a movie that's, going to mean something.
Why have you avoided making a superhero film? You've gone out of your way not to do Spider-Man. You could have been directing.
By the way, I know I said that in an interview a long time ago. I mean, this is not the recent iteration with Sam
Batman,
Raimi.
Spider-Man, and Harry Potter. Even you turned down.
Yeah, well, I did. Yeah.
Were you regretting any of that?
No, because I didn't think look, I'm not a comic book guy.
You're not.
I did as a kid. I wasn't reading them. I'm not crazy. So
in other words, you had a life
to make those movies.
Actually, we saw his life.
I was working. I was a little busy working.
We saw his life.
I was obsessed with comic books as a kid, but then again, you as a kid, I mean, you were doing some cool stuff. You were on TV.
I was on TV. But the thing is, if you're going to do those movies, you can't be cynical about them, and you can't manufacture them. Right. I think you got to love what you're doing, and that's and I've been fortunate. The movies that I make, the whole array of them, whether it's comedies or How the Grinch, a fantasy like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Angels and Demons. These are ideas that fascinate me.
Did you see Spider-Man?
Oh yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it very much. And of course, my daughter Bryce was in the 3rd one.
And I want to ask you about Bryce in a second. But did you see Star Trek, the new one?
Yeah.
State of the art, right?
Liked it very much.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams did a fantastic job.
But do you want to do something like that? I know you've done real space movies. But what about the fantasy movies?
I would, fantasy, and I'm actually working on a couple of sci-fis.
Yeah? Oh, you are?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
J.J. Abrams asked me how his movie was going to do Star Trek. I had seen it, and I said, you're going to make $79 million. And he said, if I get $79 million, I will give you a blowjob, he told me.
And we haven't seen him since.
Turns out he's a bullshitter.
I can't get all of them.
He's one of them Hollywood bullshitters.
empty promises.
Are people in Hollywood bullshitters? I mean,
really, Ron? Are they?
I think when it comes to blowjobs, just pretty much all the time.
You promised blowjobs and not getting them. Tease. But I'm waiting for it. And I don't. Since he's blowing me, I don't think that's gay. For me, I mean, for him it is. But who knows? I don't know. You figure it out.
79 million. There's no gay, straight. It's all the same. Everybody's having fun.
But
everybody understands.
No, but there are people you've worked with that are horror scenes, right? You've worked on movies that you've absolutely hated working. I think you once said that Val Kilmer was a nightmare to work with.
He was pretty erratic. He had nightmarish days.
Yeah,
there were nightmarish days, and then there were great days because he's talented, you know.
But you know, for an actor to dick around with you, it's so stupid because here you are successful. You might use them in every single movie.
That's right. You might make another movie.
What kind of jackass?
I'll tell you something.
Piss you off?
I don't want to,
Val Kilmer.
Right. Why later I worked with him again on something. But
you did?
Yeah. But the thing is,
Val built a deck at Ron's house.
He's his carpenter.
And he had some real nightmare days.
and he later did he played Jim Morrison. He did The Doors, which is an imagined movie, you know.
Yeah, right.
And look, because I started off as an actor.
Right.
I understand.
You understand these crackpots?
I understand. It's a very emotional
was a
job.
real asshole.
And that Barney, oh my God.
There were moments. I'll be honest. There were moments. So I'm sympathetic to all that. And at a certain point, if somebody's making it difficult, I acknowledge that too and try to work through it. But I cast them for a reason, and it's because I want what they can do when the cameras are rolling. And it doesn't matter much,
but
how
Tom
I feel
Hanks
about
doesn't give you any trouble.
Oh well, Hanks is kind of a
so
dream.
Easy, you see, I might use him in my film.
Tom is unbelievable, and he's
great
got
actor.
complete integrity about what he does.
He shows up on the set. He knows his lines.
More than that, I mean, it's first of all, it starts with a script, not in some sort of bullying superstar way. He's a great writer himself. He contributes, and he leads by example. Like if you're working out there, we were working in Rome. We were working in Rome.
How long do you spend on Angels and Demons? I'm not talking about developing. I mean, how long do you spend shooting this thing?
I guess about 4 months.
4 months.
80-some shooting days.
Okay.
And so we were filming high pressure in Rome.
Right.
We started the movie in Rome.
Right.
And we only had limited amount because it's the summertime. It's tourist season. They probably, the Vatican is not thrilled we're there anyway.
Vatican doesn't like you. They feel you're anti-Catholic.
Right. So
why though? I don't get it.
You never read the books.
Yeah, but
why is Ron anti-Catholic?
Because he's making the movie.
Apparently that's.
If you give the Vatican $10 million, they'll look the other way.
Where were you when I was trying to figure this movie out?
In Jersey.
He was in jail.
That's right. You'd have to bail him out to get his
I had to
advice.
bribe a priest.
Why? Sir, explain it to the controversy to me with this movie. Why are
well, it's turning out to be not so controversial now that some members of the church have actually started seeing it. We actually got a review from a Catholic publication that said, "Hey, it's fun. It's smart and it does no damage to the church." 2 nuns. I don't know. It's I don't know, the Ebert and Roper of
Catholic League or something.
I don't know. Reviewed it, and they said it was really great. They really enjoyed it. And they weren't threatened by it.
I don't know if you heard, but they've been defrocked.
They had one criticism for me, about like just the way I shot one of the action scenes. So everybody's a critic.
The
right?
action scene.
The
nuns were like, the car chase wasn't believable.
We had to hold it back for PG-13, and so they didn't like that.
So you're excited about this, but nervous. And is there a competition in the family? Your daughter is starring in Terminator.
Well, it doesn't come out for another week.
All right, so you're not the same weekend.
No, not the same weekend.
No, but are you rooting for her?
Of course,
you are.
Of course.
But is there a competition in a sense?
You think he would want to demolish his daughter's film?
Yes, it's Hollywood.
I mean, let me ask you something. This is a tough question. This is very Sophie's choice.
Okay.
If you could wish that your film makes over $100 million,
right,
and is a huge success,
right,
but that would mean your daughter's film has to bomb.
Wow.
What would you take? Or yours has to bomb, and her film is great. Who would you choose?
You got me.
Be honest.
I wasn't expecting it. What time is it?
You want your film to succeed over hers. Of course.
Well, I have a profit participation, and she doesn't. So in the global scheme of things,
it's good for the family.
Are you surprised your daughter's career is doing so well?
She worked so hard at it, and could have been great as a kid, but I never would let her. And I have another daughter who's just left NYU, Paige, who had a cool part in
Tisch.
Adventure.
She went to Tisch?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you let your daughter act when she was a kid?
Well,
what's wrong with that?
It's really, you know what? I was lucky. My dad was is still. Matter of fact, he's in Angels and Demons. He plays one of the Cardinals in Angels and Demons. It's very cool. He really was, because he's a freelance actor, he had a lot of time. Two things. He had free time when he wasn't working, and B, he really knew the ropes. And he was a great supervisor to have around the set. He was a great safety net. And Cheryl and I were not feeling like we were willing to dedicate that kind of time. Plus, look, the whole, following in the footsteps of Dad, who happened to have been in two, iconographic shows that were, with Opie and Richie and all that. Very hard for a kid to shouldn't have to compete with that.
I agree.
And last but not least, most kids don't really make the transition from childhood into adult. So if you're really serious about it as a lifetime,
a beaver, yes.
You want to start go to school, immerse yourself in it, and then make a career out of it as an adult. Yeah.
Well, do you think that you're angry with your father for putting you in the business at a young age?
I'm so grateful.
You are
grateful beyond words,
but
because it worked out.
I love it. He was running around shooting movies at home.
But hold on
anyway.
a second.
I always
wait
loved
a second.
Right.
All right.
Dr. Stern.
Let
me lie down here.
Go lay down. I don't believe what you're saying. I think he's saying that publicly.
Okay.
What do you think he's doing at home?
I think at home he's on a psychiatrist couch and say, my father, instead of being a father and protecting me, put me in that horrible business. That's what I think.
It worked out so well for me.
You are so turned off to parents who put their kids in acting. You probably don't even like when you have to work with kids on the set and you see these yentas who put their kids in these movies.
Some are great and some aren't. Some are great and some aren't. But I tell you what, it's a lot of work, and you better be responsible about it. And here's what my dad did that was great, and my mom. I never felt that.
But why did they need to do it? Why did they need to put you in TV and Andy Griffith? Did they need it for their ego? Did they want you to support the family?
How did it happen? Did somebody see you, or did they actually send you out on auditions?
The way it happened was I started working really young, like at 4, when we were living in New York.
So they took you to places.
Yeah.
See?
And well, the way it really started was that my dad was directing summer stock, and I started picking up on the dialogue that the actors were doing because they had no babysitter, and I was hanging around watching. Everybody thought that was adorable. And so I was doing these scenes, and my dad and I would do these scenes for friends or whatever coming around, and I was pretty good.
Isn't it a miracle that your life ended up not like, Leave It to Beaver's life or
it's a kind of a miracle.
Eddie Munster. I mean, you really made the transition beautifully.
Hey, point to two people, him and Jodie Foster, the two that sort of made it.
Do you get together with Jodie Foster and say, look how lucky we are?
We haven't done that.
Like
but,
a group?
The group of successful child actors?
Kurt Russell was a pretty successful child actor, too, who I've worked with.
There are a few.
But it's and look, here's the thing. I always loved it. So where I think kids run into trouble is two ways. One, they don't really learn how to act very well. My dad was an excellent teacher. I was around good people. The environment was good. It was very constructive. I was actually learning how to do something.
Right.
Not just be like a trained animal.
Not a cute,
now smile or now
in other words,
fake
Ron,
tear.
the kids rely on their cuteness more than the actual actors.
You
not
always
really learning how to be in a scene or
as a craft.
And so that was and that was a huge advantage. And the other thing is that I had no ambivalence about it. So most people go through that adolescent period where the work slows down. That happened to me too, and that's just reason enough to be discouraged. And it wasn't for me. In fact, it's one of the reasons I wanted to become a director was because I loved it so much, the whole process, the whole environment, that I didn't want to be sitting around waiting for phones to ring. I wanted to be the catalyst for my own creative life.
Does your daughter ask you for advice, or does she do her own thing?
Does her own thing.
She didn't come to you and say, I'm thinking of doing Terminator. Dad, what do I do? Do I do this film?
No, just about never.
That's probably good.
Well, the other thing I noticed about you, though, you didn't raise your children in Hollywood, so you don't have those Hollywood kids.
One of the reasons we moved east, but I'm not sure it has to do with the place. You were asking about Bryce. When we were driving to NYU.
Right.
To do her audition, because if you're auditioning for the Tisch program, you have to come in and do monologues and things like that.
Right.
So we're driving there, and I seem to be a little more nervous than she is, and I'm saying, so did you pick a monologue? Did you? She said, yeah. I said, do you want to do it for me just while we're driving? No, I don't want to do it. Well, why don't you just do it? Just run through it. You don't want to just go into the room cold. You want to just run through it. No, I'm not going to do it, Dad. Well, I'd really like to hear it. No, I got it. I'm a goddamn top 10 director. I want you to do your monologue for me now.
And she still wouldn't do it.
She still wouldn't do it, and she got accepted.
I understand.
Well, I respect it. I respected it a lot better after she got in.
Did you secretly think
because it's really hard when it's your daughter. Did you secretly think this is a mistake? What is she doing with her life? She doesn't have to do this. She could be happier doing something else.
One of the reasons we left L.A. was that I didn't want any of our 4 kids to feel compelled to go into the business, like it's all they knew. And so they grew up in an environment where they saw that there were a lot of people doing a lot of different things, and still 2 of them fell in love with it.
Did you bring them to the set when they were kids and all that?
Yeah.
That's where they fall in love with it.
Well, yeah, but two not interested at all. And God bless
what's
them.
with Bryce? She with a guy? Because
she's married.
Oh, she's married?
Yeah, to Seth Gsell.
But he
Very
can't
good actor.
compete with
White
you.
guy?
He can't compete
Seth,
with you.
black guy.
I got a few black Seths.
There's very few black Seths. Not that you would have minded, but whatever goes, whatever
sure,
goes.
she's in love.
Yeah.
Show business is a different thing, though. If you bring your child to your work and that's your work, it's easy to fall in love with. Like, my father always took me to work, but I didn't fall in love with installing antennas.
No.
He was in show business too.
You know?
I think that's the way
I love climbing roofs.
Are you comfortable with Bryce doing nude scenes?
Oh, that man! I'll
I'm
tell
not.
you. Well, thank you.
I'm not. I know you now.
She had to do that at college. They
She
had
was
this
naked?
experimental. Yeah.
That is wrong. Now, let me tell you something. My daughter's a graduate of Tisch, and I'll tell you something. That's not right for the under the
I'll tell you, my
college
dad,
auspices.
I brought my dad to the play.
Was it a male professor?
It was. Yeah, you bet.
That'd be like Professor Howard Stern. Bryce, I need you to get naked. for this.
Productions are nude.
what
Yes.
is
Well,
this?
this was sort of nonstop. I mean, she had her clothes on for about the first 10 minutes, but it was avant-garde. So anyway, my dad came to see the show.
Right.
And we're watching it, and didn't realize quite how nude she would be for that period of time. And we're sitting here next to my dad and everything, and it's gratefully there was no intermission, so the show was over. And I turned to him and he said, you know what? That's courageous, and as an actor, she'll never have to be afraid again. And I thought that was the coolest thing for a 70-something-year-old guy to say about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking they make such a big deal about these Barrymores, but you're building like a little bit of a dynasty with the Howards.
It's not. It's not intentional, but it seems. Well, look, he left the farm. He by the way, he didn't like farming any more than he liked antennas.
That's right.
But you know, watching your daughter nude in a play, to me, the only thing more awkward, and I've done this, would be being at a bachelor party and watching the groom get a blowjob next to the father of the bride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that might be more awkward.
Yeah.
Well, there were moments where like things are a little tense. There was like a little bit of fake stage violence there with a guy kind of dominating her, her and stuff. And it was. I had an impulse to like
beat the shit out of
try to tackle that son of a bitch.
I would imagine it'd be very hard for a kid to have a father like Ron Howard.
Sure.
And then you want to go into acting. I mean, I would just think it's crazy. And then you think about all the people in your life too, who you must feel the ugly green jealousy on your back. When you think Chachi's probably staring at you.
I don't know that.
Potsy.
Well, in Chachi's reality show, did you see that part of? I don't know if Ron ever saw Scott Baio's reality show. Scott
I never
Baio
did. No, I heard about it.
I can't believe you're not obsessed with seeing it.
Ron's brother, Clint Howard, is in a scene. They see each other.
Right.
And Scott goes to Clint Howard, and this had to be awkward for your brother, but Scott says to him, I've been trying to get in one of your brother's movies for years.
Oh, no.
I mean, that is like, what does Clint say to that? All right, let me make a call.
When you are casting a new movie, do you hear from these characters, this leech, all these guys, they want to leech onto you?
No.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith. Major pain in the ass. No one in Hollywood is a major pain.
There's no way Donnie Most or Anson Williams has your number.
I talk to those guys all the time.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You really do?
Oh, yeah.
I believe it. He's clearly like...
Ron, how are you going to get rid of these guys?
It would be in the tabloids if he didn't take their calls.
I know.
You know what, Ron? I'll tell you how I got rid of my buddies Anthony and Vinny.
You know where Ron talks to them? In court. He's got a restraining order. I'll see you guys next month when I renew this. What do you mean? I mean,
they're friends. They're great friends.
You still friends with Mel Gibson? Is it hard to maintain a friendship with him after he goes through a controversy?
I haven't talked to him in ages, but he's kind of
dropped him.
He's.
I knew it.
I really, he's kind of he's kind of not around L.A. He's not around New York, and
but he's ruined himself. He had a perfect.
Oh, I don't think so.
He had a perfect. Come on.
Well,
let's stop the Hollywood bullshit. The guy.
The next time he stars in a movie, people are going to want to see him because he's a good actor. He's a charismatic guy. He's a great director.
Miss California. Are you really going to listen to what he has to say about people and religion?
Forget that. I'm just saying that he had everything going for him.
Sure.
Great director. I love his films.
Yeah.
And all he had to do was keep his mouth shut.
And then the Jew incident.
Yeah.
But
now he's dumped the wife. He's Mr. Catholic. He's dumped the wife.
Right.
And he's running around has a person holding a sign up of his new girlfriend's name when he's so they get the spelling right.
He was the first guy, if he were on the show, to say, he wrestles with demons all the time.
He's Mr. I know, it's true. He's Mr. Catholic. That would be like Mr. Met dating a chick.
You are squeaky clean. You got to be one of the smartest guys in Hollywood. You don't screw around.
Right.
We never get to hear these chicks you're banging.
Right.
You keep it on the QT.
How do you do that? How do you keep it so quiet?
How do you have sex with these actresses and it never ever comes out in the press?
What I want to know
Talk
from Ron
about
is
that for a second, and then we'll get back to Angels and Demons.
And how do you get heroin secretly?
Yeah, how do you score heroin and no one knows? By the way, Angels and Demons is opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. That's why Ron's here. He's not here for.
He doesn't like our fooling around.
He's not here because he likes talking about the Tisch School with Howard.
That's a good school. But Angels and Demons is really good too.
Angels and you're saying it's a good movie.
That's why you ask at the beginning, am I nervous? And I'm more excited because it's a real audience movie. It's a thriller. The first Da Vinci Code, the impetus for making it was this almost philosophical, theological challenge to the church, And it was, by the way, we tried to make it a mystery and a thriller, and that's the way the book was. This is really start to finish, mystery thriller. Has much more action. It's one of the reasons I've never done a sequel, but I felt like as a director, it was a whole different kind of movie to make in a lot of ways, and audiences from our screenings and so forth really, really liking it, and so that's why. Of course, I'm nervous. Of course, you know.
You got Brian Grazer breathing on his neck. What's the take? What are we getting out of this thing?
But
Speaking of sequels,
to show it to audiences because I think people are going to get a big kick out of it.
Speaking of sequels, were you ever offered Apollo 14?
Yes, he was.
The end of the first Da Vinci Code. I love the Da Vinci Code, the movie, by the way.
Thank you.
And I didn't read the book, and I got it. At the end, you sort of allude to the fact that young girl is the descendant of Christ.
Yeah.
Now, so does it pick up right from there?
No, it's a separate adventure. In fact, this book was actually written before.
I don't need to see the Da Vinci Code in order to see Angels of Demons.
No.
Good.
But I think it definitely benefited us to make it a follow-up, even though the Angels and Demons as a novel was actually published first. But it's a more intense story. It's more violent. And I think the fact that Langdon's already been through the one adventure and now is kind of going deeper into this world of, here's all that can happen surrounding these sort of mysteries.
In light of Star Trek's success, are you sorry you didn't put Kirk or Leonard Nimoy in the movie?
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy actually seems to be the one you need to get.
I don't know where Spock shows up.
To me, I would do that if I was a director. I would just throw these guys in it just for the hell of it. What do you want, Gary?
I got a question, man.
Go ahead. Really?
Yeah,
You're going to interrupt my fantastic interview with a potentially disastrous question? By the way, didn't Tom Hanks... Do you know what happened to Gary? He threw out the first pitch at Citi Field. Do you know about this?
No.
Oh, you got to put this in a movie.
Really?
This is your next
Hey,
film.
we're not going to show this to every A-lister, are we?
No. Listen to me. Didn't Tom Hanks throw out a first pitch and you caught it, but it was a disaster?
I couldn't catch it.
It was so far askew from what it should be.
By the way, we were warming up. We even warmed up in the bullpen.
Right.
And I thought, man, he's got some heat, and he's a pretty big guy, and he was bringing it, and just lobbing him in, but it was head zing. But we got in there, 50,000 fans.
Yeah, I'm aware.
And their number one player stepped into the box. So now he's got a guy here that he doesn't want to hit because the guy's a superstar and Japanese, and that would be very impolite in Japan.
Right.
My brother Clint said, he should have screwed that. He should have brushed him back.
Yeah, a little chin music.
Should have put one right between the 4 and the 7.
This was in Tokyo.
Yeah, it was in Tokyo.
Right.
And so Tom, very good athlete, threw it 8 feet wide and in the dirt. I made a nice lunge, which I can verify because I had dirt on my pants. I really tried.
Right.
And I went to the backstop. And
how come we never see that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine was on Kimmel last night. That's how bad it was.
Well, here it
really?
is. Take a look. There you go. There's Gary at the... Now, he completely misses the catcher, and it goes... hits the umpire.
Gary,
Yeah.
you did way worse.
Yeah.
Worse than Tom Hanks.
If I could say, because he wasn't girlish when he threw it.
Yes, I know.
That's the point. You gotta just whip it. You gotta whip it.
It didn't lob up and over to the right.
I got it.
You know,
Gary,
but-
you were such pain in your face.
I
when
know.
Ron Howard says how girlish you throw. Unbelievable.
Can I ask Ron the question I came in to ask him?
Oh, the question has now changed.
No.
It's something hateful.
I heard that when you were making the Grinch that Jim Carrey was complaining about the outfit.
Yeah.
And somebody said that you put the full outfit on one day. It came in to show him that it wasn't so bad.
Well, it wasn't that. I'd always told him that out of sympathy, someday I'll wear it. Because he would say, man, this is brutal. But, by the way, to Jim's credit, I got to say, early on, I said, should we adjust it? Should we simplify this thing? Because, you know, I don't want this to be a nightmare. And he said, no, this is the look. This is what we got to go for. So he toughed it out, but he was miserable. And so one day, as a surprise, just to kind of boost him at about the halfway point when things were getting pretty low, I showed up in the outfit.
Well, that's pretty cool.
It was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
It was fun.
You brought up your brother. Is it hard for your brother to have you in the same business as him and you be so super successful? I mean, do you guys sit down and work that out, and you ever say to him, listen, Clint, this has got to be awkward.
Right.
Because I'm so goddamn successful. There's not too many people who are so successful like you.
He has a theory.
Go ahead.
We're very close.
Right.
Really close. I love working with him.
He live near you? Do you guys that close?
He lives in the house.
No.
He lives in the house?
No.
I didn't know that.
No, he lives near my. He lives in L.A. still.
Right.
He's in the Kato
His wife,
Kalin
Melanie.
trap.
Yeah, but he's got a great life.
Right.
And he loves what he's doing, and he looks at the way I work, and he says, I don't want to work like you.
Right.
And
Are you a workaholic?
Probably.
So
I
he's
don't know.
lazy on top of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that what you're saying?
He's got a great life. I sort of
are-
wish I had his peace of mind in a lot of ways.
Do you get to see your wife every night? Or are you one of these
Pretty
guys
much, yeah.
who casts his wife aside and doesn't really...
Do you know your wife anymore?
She's not cast assideable.
She is not.
No, she's fantastic. Well, look, we met in high school. We're going to be, what year is this?
That's it.
It'll be 34 years this year.
Wow.
Congratulations. I mean,
Thank
that
you.
is a major success story. And you still enjoy banging her, and you still enjoy the sex, right?
I think on the phone last time
We
I
got
said,
into this a little.
I said that I was having sex while I was doing the interview.
That's a pro. That is a pro.
Well, it was actually that was a joke, actually.
Your wife must be a spectacular person.
She's a great person.
She can hold your attention. I mean, you work with these beautiful actresses. I mean, it's one after another.
She's
you know you could be getting laid 99% of the time.
She's it wouldn't be the same. She's fantastic.
The lovemaking is still as good.
That's great. Well, I mean, yeah.
And she still gets as excited over you.
Or she's a better actress than we all.
He's got to have willpower. Like, Ron is the kind of powerful guy to where it's like, I remember talking to Norm about this. If you're going to send Norm Macdonald,
right.
if you're going to send a
Show
woman
business
out,
expert.
if you're going to send a woman out to Hollywood,
Yes.
who's a friend of yours, the best advice to give him is, look, if you're going to be a whore, be a smart whore.
Right.
Like, if you go on a movie set, know who to fuck. Don't fuck one of the actors. Don't fuck a writer ever.
Right.
Ron's the guy you fuck. Like, Ron is the guy you
Do
approach and
actresses
fuck.
throw themselves at you? I mean, you're a handsome guy. I mean, you're a nice looking guy.
No, in fact, I think I get along really well with all the actresses because they're just, you know,
Do you fantasize about them at all? I mean, it would be natural to fantasize. They say directors fall in love with their leading ladies. I mean, they have to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So is it discipline, or is it just that your marriage really is that great?
My marriage really is that great, and I also I wouldn't want to blow it. I wouldn't want to.
You don't want to give up what you have.
I wouldn't want to give up what I have for a second. And
prenuptial agreement? Not back then. I mean.
No.
Where'd you meet her? Was it
High school.
High school.
John Burroughs High School.
No kidding.
Yeah. Miss McBride's English class.
Did you get laid a lot during the Happy Days years, or was it just strictly your
we
wife?
were already together.
This is unbelievable.
He's going to get very upset now.
So you really were, you weren't Fonzie.
Yes, because you didn't take advantage of all your fame.
I mean, do you fantasize about what it could have been like if you hadn't got? I mean, the endless parade.
Yes.
It must be amazing.
Who was getting laid on that set? Tom Bosley?
Really?
Sometimes I fantasize I'm you and what I could have had.
You know what I don't get about Ron, though?
What?
Why lead such a wonderful, because I'm a Roman Catholic.
Right.
Why lead such a wonderful, sinless life and then make these movies and go to hell?
To blow it on a movie.
Now listen, the movie is called Angels and Demons.
Right.
You know that Ron's a good director, so you should just go based on that. I mean, has he ever let you down?
A Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful
Best
Mind.
movies ever.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That was,
that's unbelievable.
that's some movie. What's with that maniac, Russell Crowe? What's he up to?
He wasn't throwing phones.
He's doing
on that
Robin Hood
set.
right now.
Is he doing Robin
with
Hood?
Ridley Scott for our company, for Imagine. Brian's producing.
No kidding.
Yeah, he looks fantastic. It's so cool. I mean, it's like the Gladiator version of Robin Hood, because with Ridley Scott, you know, they're not making it whimsical, or, you know, it's tough out there.
I would go see that.
It's really a
They're
good
actually
script.
acting like there were no conveniences back then.
It's a really good script.
And his accent's better than Costner's?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm telling you, it's going to be great.
I would hope.
Have you ever had the experience, though, of working with an actor who had a difficulty, a real problem, and you really had to work with them, or, I mean, you know, either a substance abuse problem, or, you know.
No, I've never had that.
Had that.
I mean, I've had people probably who did, but they were functional while I was dealing with them, you know. So
yeah, I'm functional.
Oh, good.
He works, first of all, he's working with
gets
the top,
good
the
people.
creme de la creme. He doesn't have to work with these crappy
sometimes, you know, I mean, even a Robert Downey Jr. has had his problems.
Yeah, but he's so
No,
great.
I've never had anybody who, you know, seemed to be losing it in that way. Or maybe a couple of like secondary characters where you sort of knew.
Do you think at this point you could put out a movie with an unknown actor? Because most of your movies, you have a guy like Tom Hanks, or you have Russell Crowe, because they're bankable. In other words, you know that if they're in the movie, you got a better shot at getting an audience in there. Would you ever go back to taking a chance with somebody who doesn't have any kind of? Well,
yes, I would. And you know, and with you talked about Frost Nixon. I was really ultimately went with Michael Sheen and Frank Langella, who are known,
right?
You know,
they're not big box office guys.
Not big box office guys, and that was the right thing to do, and it got the Academy Award nomination.
I was disappointed in Frost Nixon just because I thought it was going to be about Otis Nixon, the guy in the Braves, the leadoff hitter.
So life is good. We're excited. Angels and Demons coming out now. Now you're on the promotional tour. Where are you going after this?
We're finished. When the movie opens, I've been to France. I've been to Rome. We had a premiere in Rome, which was very interesting.
Did you go on Letterman?
No, I'm doing the top 10 list later this week, and Tom did Letterman the other day.
I see. So you're really out there pushing.
Yeah.
Well, I like that. Yeah. No, listen, I'm excited to see it. In fact, they sent over a screener. Which will make me a hero.
Yes,
because I will invite people over and we'll have a
You'll
screening.
be screening a film.
Can I be one of those people? Or
no, I don't want
Okay.
But Donnie Most and Anson are coming over.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm Howard's Donnie Most.
It's a star-studded screening.
Hey, Ron, can I just say something, Ron? I never pitch myself for movies.
I know what you're going to say.
Well,
you want to be in Happy Days in Space. Would you ever produce
I would
something?
love that.
Happy Days in Space.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, when I was on heroin, I got to work here every other day. Right?
Every other day.
That's pretty good.
Ron.
And I'll wear whatever outfit you want. I'm not like that Jim Carrey jacket.
I am going to recommend to my audience to see Angels and Demons, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because you've got credibility with me.
Well,
I know you're not may I say, shithead.
This is no hack.
They're just going to put out a bad
that's
movie.
a nice. Can we put that quote? Directed by a guy who's not a shithead.
You're a decent man. You obviously have an eye for a good movie. You know how to tell a story. So I can guarantee you it will be good.
Thank you. I think you'll like it.
Is the movie tracking well, as they say? That means you're on course to make how much? $100 million the first weekend?
What, here in the U.S.? No, not that much. But worldwide could be 100 million. Yeah, maybe more.
Yeah. Listen.
It's all green, baby.
Artie
Who knows?
Teach you.
Do you and Brian Grazer trust each other so much? If you say he's working on something, do you trust each other so much that you just know it's going to be fine? And like, how often do you check the dailies of Robin Hood?
No,
you never do that.
No,
right?
but it's you know, we trust each other and that we know everybody. We're both trying to do great stuff,
right,
and in a business where it's impossible to bat 1,000. But what you do is, you give it everything you got with stories you care about.
Right.
It's you're doing great, and I can't wait to see Angels and Demons. And everyone go see it. Opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. The great Ron Howard. There's so much even more to talk about. I mean,
just skim the surface, didn't we?
Just skim the surface.
We don't know if he's ever banged a black chick.
He hasn't. I believe
he
his
never
wife.
had time.
Your wife's the only one you've had sex with, right?
And what's that wheel of sex back there?
That's what you're going to do here next time.
Okay.
Your next film, you come in, you spin it, and you do whatever's on the wheel.
Is that the way that works?
You're going to change high-pitch Eric's diapers.
My goodness.
You're going to get a chocolate bandit from Sal.
I was avoiding one question, and I walked right into a deeper trap.
Yes.
No, you've only had sex with your wife.
That's true.
Is that true?
Is that really
That's
true?
I would say that's true.
Wow.
You're almost like Donny Osmond. I mean, I interviewed him once.
Yeah.
And he'd only had sex with his wife.
Right.
And I said, boy, I was kidding around with him. I said, she must give the best fellatio. He goes, I would never ask my wife to do that. I said, wait a second. You've never had a blowjob.
Right.
And he said, that's right.
That's right.
And he said, I won't ask my wife for one. She hasn't done it, and I'm never going to ask her.
Wait a minute, who said that?
Donnie Osmond.
Oh, Donnie Osmond.
Wow.
But Ron's edgier than Donnie Osmond.
You think?
Yeah, I would, without being very specific, I would say we're a little more adventuresome than Donnie.
Ron, you never fucked Pinky or Leather Tuscadero?
Why not?
Now that was the fantasy.
Yeah. I bet it was for
Did
him.
anyone bang him? Henry? Tom Bosley? Marion Ross got in it? The kid who played your older brother who was there for 2 episodes?
Well, wait a minute. You know, when you sit around and you look at their cast, what is this with 𝗛ci and all the beautiful girls in Hollywood?
Kid's a player.
What a list. He ain't no Ron Howard.
That he was going to be the guy who was at the gateway to Hollywood banging every beautiful chick?
He was a handsome, charismatic guy and huge star in television for a long, long time.
But you know,
and he's a good actor too. I mean, he actually is
but
good.
isn't it sad? I mean, I think he womanized a little too long.
You think so?
Yeah, I think at some point he should have matured and said, I've been through every Pamela Anderson type.
Right. Well, maybe he's doing that. Didn't he just have a kid?
Yeah.
No, you're not buying it?
I don't buy it.
Did he ever call you for advice or anything on that?
Yeah, we've spoken to him.
Yeah.
That's what you call it, a womanizing
He didn't
advice.
listen to a word I said.
No. Well, see, I'm gonna listen. Would you say put Leonard Nimoy in
Every film.
I put Spider-Man in everything. Why not? Spider-Man meets Angels and Demons. Why not? That's a huge success story. I don't know. I would do that.
When the
That's why they want-
franchise gets to that point, I think it's time to end it.
The Spider-Man code. I have a different outlook on. I have a different outlook on this relationship Ron has with his brother. To me, if I were Ron, I'd be incredibly jealous of Clint because he's in one of the best episodes of The Odd Couple ever.
Yeah. He's done some good stuff.
right.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor.
So to sum up, really, it is amazing that a guy in Hollywood who's attractive and wealthy and this and that has only had sex with his wife for his entire life.
It's
quite remarkable.
It's pretty remarkable.
Who's the attractive guy?
It's a real...
I'm sorry.
I thought you wanted to work with
You're
this
not
guy.
attracted to Ron?
This guy, Ron Redford over here? Are you kidding me?
Oh, you know what I mean. I mean, there's a certain beauty to that.
Well, I think so, and I'm
And a certain
grateful
sadness.
for it.
I'm not sure.
In Jersey, it's an incredible set.
Listen, you have a story to tell.
Anybody you haven't worked with that you want to?
So many.
Really? You're not going to name a name?
Name Howard Stern.
Hey, you were good in your movie.
I did a good job.
I went there not expecting much, and you were very, very good.
I showed sensitivity.
Yeah.
I was. You want to know something? I did win the Blockbuster Award for Best Newcomer.
Yeah.
Which is something Ron dreams of.
But I'll tell you what.
Right next to the Oscar.
Done, yes.
I believed. Now, you can laugh all you want. I deserved an Academy Award nomination for that film. All right. So anyway, let's see.
Isn't it true that
You said I can laugh all I want.
Isn't it true that Bryce's monologue was Howard talking to Pig Virus?
It's true. That's how she got into Tish. But she did it nude, which is brilliant.
That's where I first saw Giamatti, who I then worked with on Cinderella Man.
As a matter of
he's
fact,
great.
yeah. I mean, I remember when we were testing for that part. We auditioned Giamatti 3 times. We weren't even sure, but Betty Thomas, the director, said this guy's got something. And then when I started working with him, my agent said to me, "This guy's going to be the biggest star ever. He's terrific.
He's great. He's
terrific." All right, look. Enough about me. We could brag about my acting all day, but we won't. We're here to celebrate your
You won't
film.
name one name of somebody you want to work with, huh?
What?
Pam Anderson.
There's so many. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Would you ever work with
Johnny Depp? Loved to work with Johnny Depp.
What's the problem?
I just haven't found a script. I mean, Jack Nicholson. Loved to work with Jack Nicholson.
What
Meryl
about this,
Streep.
What
Great.
about this Paris Hilton? No interest
No
in her?
interest in Paris
I haven't seen the range yet in her performances that would.
Aren't you annoyed of those kinds of celebrities now? These reality star celebrities that have apparently no. Doesn't that bother you?
It's the antithesis of him in a way. You know, it's like the direct opposite.
People are very entertained by those shows and those people.
All right,
That's fair enough.
Those people.
Have you produced any of those shows? You don't have
No,
any.
our TV company hasn't gotten. But I think if we could think of a good one, we.
Ron, good news. I'm on Paris Hilton's Twitter. She wants to work with you.
Let me see that.
I love the beautiful brain.
See angels and demons. That's what. Listen, Ron doesn't really care about any other of this. Quite frankly, he thinks this was a disastrous interview because we didn't spend
99% of
But
the
you
time.
do keep mentioning Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons is a real story. In other words, told by a real filmmaker. And Ron needs you to go see this. Let's be honest. And believe me, you're not that busy. You can't go see this.
Hey,
Yeah.
this weekend is the weekend to unbusy yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, spend 2
I like the
hours
sound
having
of that.
fun. Big deal.
Yeah.
See Angels and Demons opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. Ron,
Thanks.
we're honored to have you here. After all, you're very important, and we're very insignificant. And we'll be back right after these words.
Ron,
Hi.
how'd it go, man?
That was fun. That was fun.
had a good time?
The studio's great, and you do stuff on the Howard Show that you don't do anywhere else.
Now, Howard was a little concerned that you've only had sex with one woman.
He was a little bit thrown by that, I think, but not me.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hyde and Gary 𝗛𝗍𝗍. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗛𝗍𝗍𝗍, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discuss Ben Stiller as a guest, what a great guest he is, how he always comes in, he's an A-lister, loves the show, and he's pretty open about his life, and he tells us everything that's going on. We dig him. Check it out.
And we're going to talk about Ben Stiller, longtime friend of the show, Ben Stiller.
Yeah,
Now,
he comes in to promote all his movies, and I think, listen, he's a big star. He likes us. You know, what more do you need?
now, he and Howard seemed that their relationship was going someplace, and then I guess it dropped off.
I thought Ben said something that was really telling and not a joke today. He said, yeah, you sort of dropped the ball. And Howard goes, really? I thought you dropped the ball. And Ben said, well, when I didn't get the wedding invite, I figured I was on the outs. And I didn't think that was a joke.
I didn't think that was a joke either. Did you, Benji?
No, but I also didn't think I didn't think about it too
You don't have a thought on it, do you?
Yeah, I did think it was a joke.
How'd you think Ben looked today?
Yeah.
Skinny.
Skinny and his hair?
He had the funky hair.
Yeah. Do you think a couple people said he seemed depressed?
Oh, I got it. No, go ahead.
Do you agree?
I don't know. That's sort of his demeanor. He's sort of like the, gets beat up, but he's a good guy. I mean, he's almost like the character in his movies, but he seemed a little downtrodden today.
Well, considering all his success, and he's been tremendously successful in movies, do you think he's a humble guy? I mean, is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, I mean, you can be humble, but like when Ben said he doesn't know how many movies he's been in that have cracked 100 million, I was not buying that. I mean, you can be humble and still know that, because when you want to go in to negotiate a contract, I'm pretty sure you got to know what that is.
And today, I know he was promoting Night in the Museum, the next movie, but a lot of talk was about Tropic Thunder and the balls it really takes to make a movie like that.
I think he's really proud of that movie, as well he should be, because he's made some funny movies, but there's some people who go, oh, he makes light comedy, and that was a ballsy movie. And we were saying here today, imagine if you tried to make that movie and Sal was playing the black character instead of Robert Downey Jr. I always said about that movie, the reason why I loved it so much is because that could have gone horribly wrong, and it didn't. It was really well done and well written.
And he revealed that he'd been working on that for 20 years. Like, that was a long-time project that he really wanted to do, and it came out great. And, of course, Downey gets nominated for the Academy Award, playing a guy who's trying to get nominated for an Academy Award.
I thought the second I saw that movie, I said he should be nominated, because, again, that could have gone horribly wrong in the hands of another actor.
And I thought Jimmy did a great job just hanging during that whole interview,
right,
and then piped in, in the appropriate places.
Now, where was that?
Well, I'll get to that. First, we got to get to Ben's marriage, which it seems like he's got a great marriage, 2 kids, everything's great. But he was very honest. He said, all marriages have ups and downs. And, of course, immediately it's like, what do you mean ups and downs? And then Howard brought up the Neil Patrick Harris thing, which, if you missed it, clip number 2, Ted, here's, this explains it.
Neil Patrick Harris.
I was it down. He'll be one of the
said
downs.
he never had sex with a woman. He had sex with your wife.
Well, now, I don't know if there actually was,
he says it was coitus.
You might not even know what that is.
And he said...
It was grossest.
He said, I knew then I was gay, because if this is one of the most beautiful women in the world, if I can't get excited over her...
Well, he must have been
then I must be
excited.
gay, right? That's what he said.
Yeah.
Now, now, what do you think of this?
I don't know what to think of it. I mean, I don't know if it's a compliment, if it's a backhanded, whatever. I don't know. I'm happy that he's happy with his own sexuality. I'm glad that he's figured it out.
Did she break the news
Had she told you that she
I knew that
had...
they had dated. I mean, I never delved in for the details.
What do you say to that?
Well,
So he's finding out for the first time today that Neil Patrick said that on our show?
No, he was aware of it, he said.
He was aware that they dated.
No, he was aware of what Neil Patrick Harris said when he came in. But still, how do you have that conversation with your wife? Or you don't even have that conversation.
Well, first of all, do you want to hear about any of the dudes that your wife banged before she met you?
No.
Okay. Then, do you want to hear about the gay dude she banged who's like this really gay guy now?
No. But again, Ben knows what he's getting into when he walks into the Howard Stern show, and he rolls with things very well. The other thing he didn't want to talk about was Owen Wilson, and this is after talking about a bunch of different things in his personal life. But it seemed like Owen Wilson's attempted suicide was just hands off.
Well, they're really good friends. He probably doesn't want to talk about it, but he's like, I'm not going to talk about this, and he started to talk about it, and then it got really crowded in there, and he reeled back on it. But, I didn't think Howard was that out of line. He's sort of like, hey, you're directing a movie. You got just your life's work. It's a movie you worked on for 20 years. What do you do when a guy drops out?
Did you think that question was out of line, Benji?
No, not at all. And I didn't think I thought Ben didn't handle it in a really good way. Like, I think he should. If he doesn't want to talk about it, it's okay. I would respect that. But it just he made it like it was this horrible thing that it made.
Well, the guy tried to kill himself.
No. That's horrible. But it's not crazy that Howard would say, like, how do you handle a situation like that?
Yeah, I think everybody's nervous when Howard brings up stuff like that. But I thought the question was a legitimate question. He probably said, hey, you know what, man? He's a great guy. We got somebody else for the movie. It was a tough time, and, we moved on.
Hey, it's Sal Governale, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we discuss one of my screw-ups in the Bob Levy spelling game. And then somehow the conversation went over to Robin and her talking too much. That was my opinion. That was constructive criticism. And after you see what I have to say, I think you're going to agree with me. So check it out.
Sal, I'm glad you came down here. I see your stuff in your face. I'll give you a second. But I know you apologize for the misspelling and you blame Google and Gary and Robin and everything else, but ultimately you took responsibility for your mistake.
No, in an argument where one's right and one's wrong, and it's Sal and Google, I think one is Sal, who was trapped in a pizzeria as a kid.
Hostage.
Hostage. And the other one is a company that recruits Harvard and Yale kids. So I don't know, Sal. It's
I think
a bad
you summed
matchup.
up. I think you summed it up right there.
But Sal, you did the greatest prank ever, you and Richard. It was vintage, you guys, and then you fuck up 10 minutes later. So explain the fuck up. We don't care about the prank.
Exactly. Why'd you blame Google?
Talk about your fuck up.
Because when Google didn't work, I went to Gary.
But did you take responsibility for it?
Yes, absolutely. No. I do take responsibility. And, I did it in a way where when I wasn't sure about the word, I Googled it. But the thing is, at the time, I never noticed the top. It says, did you mean so-and-so?
Right.
I just I'll type in cemetery, and then if I see, and I'll scan the page, and if I see that spelling, I assumed I got it right.
So it gave you all the hits on the other idiots that spelled it wrong.
That's exactly it, right. So I found on Google all the idiots just like me, and I fucked up.
Sal, when we were talking about it, though, a bigger issue came up, I think, which Gary alluded to, which is,
sure.
I don't know, did you hear what he said? He said that you're telling Gary that he's your boss and everything, and then away from Gary, you're like, you know what, I'm doing just fine.
I said on the air that I screwed up, and then when Howard just kept pecking at me, I said, this is a time for a good old-fashioned Baba Booey moment.
But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we're talking about off the air. People are telling me off the air that you're going around saying, I let Gary think he's the boss, but I know who's wrong.
Oh, no. I might have said it in front of the camera, but Gary, that's definitely not true.
I wonder.
Hey, so who?
Thank you, Sal.
Gary.
I would have you to go to the Stuttering John School of Disrespect.
No, Gary, you know more than even today when we put a game together, I specifically break it down. I make sure that you know.
Sal, if you're going to go to a Stuttering John School,
I would never go to that school.
You should go to the Stuttering John School of getting an insanely great job without any skills school.
You should go to the Stuttering John School of I can't remember where I put my wallet.
You should go to the post Howard Stern job placement school because he's the fucking master of that.
Gary, do you believe that Sal respects you at your job?
I think for the most part he does, but I think Sal is one of those guys, who will say whatever needs to be said, where it needs to be said to make himself look good.
Well, I don't know about looking good.
Yeah, he's a jerk off.
Right, yeah, they are. Yeah.
I was going for two things.
Yeah, but
I'm a professional
jerk off. I'm a jerk off.
Yeah,
but Sal, just say you're being a jerk off when you fuck with Gary like that.
I agree. And you know what? It's funny. I wanted to bring something up about Stuttering John. In the beginning, I like what Stuttering John did, but it came to a point where it wasn't funny anymore. It was just browbeating. It got a little.
Are you talking about me or anybody?
I'm talking about Stuttering John.
With anybody?
With you.
Oh.
But with
look who's talking.
I know, but I think
the guy who built the wall of teeth in Times Square.
And I loved what John did and stuff to certain degrees, but I felt like it just wasn't funny anymore. It just was like it was mean spirited. And believe it or not, I'm trying to pull away from that. Today, it's been a while since I broke Gary's balls, but when you have like Howard looking at you, I feel like a third grader in the principal's office.
It's rough getting yelled at by Howard because it's impossible to win an argument because he's a good arguer.
For straws and
sometimes you just got to own up to it.
And I did. But I'm grasping for straws, and he's giving me that look. It's like the fucking, it's like the Wizard of Oz looking down at you with the flames coming up and everything,
Sal,
and I'm shivering like the lion, and all of a sudden I'm just like, where do I go? Oh, okay, Baba Booey.
Sal, do you?
He's my saving grace.
Hold on,
deflection.
Do you understand why Howard was so embarrassed and upset?
Because I made him look like an ass. And you don't make Howard look like an ass on the show. I mean, I screwed up. The guy is running a show. He's doing the best he can. He can't stop and think, and cover everything. He's running a show. And then all of a sudden, it's one of those things he glanced over, and I made him look foolish.
Now, will you be insulted if you get an email tonight where Beth said you put a post-it on your computer and you should check Webster's dictionary?
No, I won't be.
But another reason he was mad, Sal,
that was funny.
From a comedy point of view, was it ruined the bit.
Right.
It ruins the bit.
Sure.
If we can't spell, too, although Levy spelled existence, EXF, I think. But, so he looked really bad, but we look stupid too, so the bid is destroyed.
Well, we're one big happy stupid family. I was stupid.
No, we're not.
And the first thing
we have stupid cousins.
And the first thing
Sal.
The first thing you said when you walked in there was, "I know I'm stupid. I know you just." Do you feel like Howard just wanted to go down that road?
Yes, I wanted to kind of like cover my tracks by saying what he would say, so he would get it out of the way.
How did you know? How did you know what he was going to say?
Well, after a while working here, you kind of get the impression of what's going to happen. You kind of get a feeling of what he's going to say, and I knew what he was going to say as soon as he saw that, or whatever the fuck it is, and he called Gary, and Gary said it was. I knew. I mean, my heart just sunk. And I said, here it comes. Here comes the beating. It's been a while. And I walked in. It's
actually been a few days.
And it was like going to Bogey Land, like from March of the Wooden Soldiers. And I walk in there, and then sure enough, he just...
Sal with a great Laurel and Hardy reference.
Yeah, I was a big Laurel and Hardy fan.
And you smacked Robin a couple times, too.
It is like going to Bogey Land, though. It's
like Buster Keaton and Seven Brides.
It's like Harold Lloyd hanging off the clock.
With Robin... Look, I like Robin. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I love Robin, but I like Robin, but she's got to know her place sometimes.
What is her place?
Well, yeah, what do you
know
mean
what I mean? Well, there's a pilot and there's a co-pilot.
Back of the bus, Sal? Is that what you're saying?
No. That's a long time ago.
But what is it? You mean, in other words,
Howard's a pilot? Enough, Sal.
Howard's a pilot. She's got to sort of pipe down.
In certain cases.
But like what? Like a case like where Howard's browbeating you?
Right. No, there's a time to speak. There's a time not to speak.
Are you saying Robin's interrupting a lot?
I'm surprised the bottom of Robin's sneakers are not on Howard's tongue. She steps on him so fucking much sometimes.
I agree.
She doesn't have track marks. I'm surprised she don't have track marks all over his fucking face from her Reeboks, because she sometimes just keeps interjecting. It's like, hey, you're going to fucking spew your garbage at 10 o'clock for 45 minutes. Get it all out then. Hold back a little bit.
You're calling the news garbage?
No, I'm just a figure of speech. Spew her stuff or whatever.
I feel like we're all like cannibalizing each other now. Like we're all like this.
Well, we're not.
We're all like, he's yelling Artie's talking too much. He's yelling Robert's talking too much. I feel like come on, we used to be a family. What happened?
I'm trying to.
This is family, Gary.
Do you mean we're all eating each other?
It's a dysfunctional family.
I know, but I feel like we're tearing each other down.
I know. Well,
but even Artie agrees.
It is weird, Garrett. Lately, there's been negativity on the Howard Stern show.
I can't believe. No, I mean, Robin.
So wait, you said at 10 o'clock Robin should do her thing. So from 6 till 10, do you think she should just sit there?
No,
knowing that she's got the last hour.
No, but she should know her place. Like
she's like the number 9 hitter.
To me lately. I mean, if I love Robin, I'll give her constructive criticism right now.
I thought you said.
All right, you want me to tell the truth?
Wait, no. You didn't.
I love Robin. This is not a diss. This is not negativity.
Let's hear what he has to say. What do you have to say?
Hold on.
I admire Robin. I look up to Robin. I pinch myself every day that I'm working with a great person on the Howard Stern show.
You look up to Robin because she's taller than you.
But if I may give her some constructive criticism, like she would for me, somebody you care about.
Okay, what is your constructive criticism?
Slow down on chiming in. Slow it down, Robin. Slow it the fuck down. When there's a guest on and Howard's mid-sentence in the question and she chimes in and she just demolishes that question with something from left field, sometimes it makes my hands crunch into a fist. Just take it easy on chiming in so much. Think about what you want to say. Think if it's that important to interrupt Howard Stern when you say it, and then take the approach, whether you're going to do it or not. She has a tendency sometimes to get real. She's become a pig on the mic. The micro, like a hog, hogging it up. Just take it easy. Don't be so piggish on the mic.
When did you start?
Slow it down.
When did you start feeling this way?
Jeez,
1982?
No. I would say, recently, about 7 months ago, somebody sent in an email, and Howard read it, that Robin is chiming in a lot. She's not chiming in. She's stepping on Howard a lot. And Howard read it, and I remember that week she really piped down a lot. And you know what? She was brilliant, and I loved her, and I still love her. But she's got to know her role. You can't have too much of everything. You're going to turn people off. Slow it down, Robin. Just slow it down a little. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart in a kind manner. Just take it easy.
So let me ask you a question. The 28 years or 28 or 29 years of chemistry that Howard and Robin have together, you're saying that she's veering off from that?
I think she's really good at what she does, but I think she's becoming so confident that she's Robin Stern. You're Robin Quivers. You're the sidekick. You're the co-pilot. Wait for the pilot to make the move, and then listen to him and know your role. Know your place. You know what I mean?
Hi, this is Fred Norris of the Howard Stern Show. Guess what? On the wrap-up show for Wednesday, we had a very exciting talk about Jesse James, the outlaw bike builder. We spoke about what a great guy he was. We spoke about how he was willing to build Howard a custom-made chopper, which could run up to $100,000 in cost. We talked about, this is almost as long as the wrap-up show. Why don't you should watch it instead?
Our in-studio guest today was the one, the only Jesse James. And did you know a lot about Jesse James coming into this, Gary?
Knew nothing about him.
Oh, really?
In fact, I mean, here's what I knew about him. That he used to be married to Janine, that he had something to do with motorcycles. I wasn't sure what. And that he's married to Sandra Bullock. But my first hint that he was more than just a guest came when our very own program director, Tim, came in and said that was his hero. He said he goes, "You're my hero." And I didn't understand exactly what he meant. And now as everyone called in, I realize, if you're into motorcycles, he's the guy.
Well, it's not only that, Gary. That's when Tim encountered you. You didn't see Tim jumping and running down the hallway to get to see Jesse James. I mean, he was just, he had stars in his eyes.
Yeah, he said Tim told me he was nervous meeting Jesse James. And I was a bit of a dick. I felt really bad. He goes, "Jesse, I just got to tell you, you're my hero. You're unbelievable. I think the world of you." And I go, "That's so funny," because that's what he said to Arlen Specter last week. Because it's true. He likes Arlen Specter, too.
Now, does Jesse James come off as a badass at all?
No. I mean, I didn't know much about him, but he's got a really good vibe. He just seems like a good guy. He's like sort of, I read the notes on him, and I see he's been through some crazy shit, but, he doesn't look like he's going to kick your ass, except for all the tattoos going up and down both arms. But he seems like a sort of a gentle guy, and I don't know. I thought he came across as really nice.
And Tim wasn't the only one who was excited. Fred was happy about it, and I think Fred's going to drop by. But Robin was also very excited to meet Jesse James.
Is that the titties were out for him? Is that what the deal was?
That's the rumor that was going around. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
The truth is the titties were out. Whether for him or not, I don't know.
Right. That may not have been the reason. But had you seen him at all on Celebrity Apprentice?
No. In fact, I only heard a couple of clips. I heard one clip that JD had pulled for when Dennis Rodman was here, where Dennis Rodman went off on him. So, in fact, I thought I knew what he looked like, and I was completely wrong. I don't know why. I thought he was Ricky Rackman. You know what I mean? Like, that's the vision I had in my head. Jesse James, I don't know, all those West Coast guys that were married to porn stars. So I probably couldn't even pick him out of a lineup before today. But again, really nice guy.
I mean, he's a lot different on Celebrity Apprentice based on the way they put it together. And you got to hear, he spoke more here than he did in the entire season. And I thought he was pretty charming. Did you like him on the show today, Benji?
Yeah, I think he was very likable. It was funny. I like how pissed he got at Ralph, though. It was like he's such a nice, friendly guy, but Ralph really got him. Like, he looked like he was ready to start punching someone.
Well, one, that's Ralph's expertise, as we all know, and two, you don't want to mess with this guy, and he talked about that a little bit. He doesn't want to put that out there because he's challenged a lot, because he's known to be a pretty tough customer.
Takes one swing at me, I'll have all that miscongeniality money.
And Miss Congeniality, too.
Exactly.
Don't forget that. Now, before we get to Sandra, we got to talk about Janine. He didn't really talk a lot about their marriage, but you could tell it was a rough ride.
Yeah, he kept calling it his nuclear disaster, which is, you never want to have your relationship referred to that way. And I thought that the line really hit it on the head. Howard goes, "It must have been great. You married to this porn star." And he goes, "Dude, everything isn't the way it looks when you see it," and that spoke volumes about it.
Yeah, if you missed it,
well, actually, I'm sorry. I don't know if you have the line.
Yeah, I think I have the line you're talking about. I think this sums it up pretty much. Hit it, Ted.
Was it weird for you being married to a porn star for a while? Like, I mean, is it that like guys think that they can have their way with your wife, and
I think it. You know, she'd been retired for like 5 years.
Right.
And so it wasn't really like on the tip of your tongue, you know, it wasn't like she's a current huge star, you know, it was like over in the past and she was changing. But then, you know, I think it's harder for her to be in that kind of spotlight, you know.
Would you recommend that a guy marry a porn star, or do you think that they have too many problems that it's just too much of a thing to overcome?
Just buy the DVD.
Just buy the DVD. Yeah,
don't even go there. Just buy the DVD.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to beat off.
That was a line.
Yeah, that pretty much sums that up. And were you surprised when you learned that he was married? Not today, but in the past, when he was married to Sandra Bullock? That kind of came out of nowhere, and that relationship seems to have stuck for a little while.
You mean surprised that they ever got? I mean, at the beginning, again, you know, I'm as guilty as anybody. You know, you don't know anything about people, and you just see them in the tabloids, and you see this guy that used to be married to Janine, who's some biker dude. You see him and Sandra Bullock together, and you go, oh, you know, it must be Sandra Bullock's, like, you know, sort of fling, her wild fling. You know, certainly they can't really like each other, but I don't know anything about him, and it turns out that they really love each other.
Yeah, even he said she figured he'd be a bigot, he'd be this and that, and they ended up doing pretty well together. And Howard found out a lot about how they carve up their finances as well.
I think Howard probably got more out of him than he's probably done in any interview. And he even said at one point, he goes, when Howard asked about the sex, he goes, dude, I'm going to stop. I've already said enough.
Now, he also gave advice about how you have to listen to girlfriends and your wife, and, you know, he's talked about going gardening, and that's the greatest idea I've ever heard.
Right, but he said it in such a sarcastic way, as if, you know, you have to be, you know, really not sincere and go, honey, gardening's great.
And he, let's go to.
They don't have kids together though, right? He's got his own kid with Janine, but him and Sandra don't have kids together.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so that, you know, it's easy to pretend to want to go gardening.
That's true. Paul in Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, Paul. How are you?
Great. Listen, I just wanted to tell you, I thought Jesse was really good today. You know, you could tell it's like two different guys. I watched a little bit of that Apprentice, and it's like very uncomfortable there. And in the studio, he just seemed like he was at home, you know, with you guys.
Yeah, he said, I got to tell you, he told me in the green room, and he said it when he first walked in, too. He said he was extremely nervous about coming on. He'd done 60 Minutes on all these other shows, but to him, Howard was like a different level, and he was very nervous about coming on.
Yeah, it just seemed like, you know, he really hit it off with you guys. He was really happy to be there, you know?
Yeah, good guy. Good guy.
Do you think people can appreciate a guy like Jesse James because of what he does? I think initially you hear, oh, he makes bikes, and, you know, he's
he just makes bikes. You know what I mean? Like, you know, again, I don't know much about motorcycles, and this much what I'm about to say I learned from Fred. Fred will talk in a minute because he just showed up. But I didn't realize that to me a motorcycle is a motorcycle, and that there are guys who make motorcycles that's like a piece of art if you're into motorcycles.
It really is. I mean, it's one of the few things that you can buy. I mean, when he was talking, he said the most expensive motorcycle that he made was $300,000. When you think about a handcrafted, personalized motor vehicle for you, that's a bargain. I mean, if you can afford $300,000.
That was the other great part of the show this morning was when he offered Howard a bike, to make Howard a bike, and Howard said, first of all, listen, I could buy my own bike.
There are million,
Tim came to my office and started jumping up and down again and going, I can't believe he's not going to take the bike. Why won't he take the bike? He's got to take the bike.
Tim was very excited out there.
What he should do is he should get a Howard wig and go up to him and say, you know, I was just kidding out there. I mean, I really want the bike. Now send it to Tim's address.
Now, Fred, you're an expert in this field. I
don't know about an expert, but
you're knowledgeable there.
Knowledgeable.
How good is Jesse James and what he does?
He's definitely one of the top 5 bike builders that there are around. I mean, somebody brought up Indian Larry today, rest in peace. He was one of the greats, too. And, you know, there are guys that are like that. And I really think it's like the last frontier in terms of like customized cars and bikes and things like that. People don't customize cars that much anymore because I think they all look the same and they all look like jelly beans. But at least with a motorcycle, it's like the last frontier. It's kind of like being a cowboy.
Now, that Orange County Choppers, are those guys just an interesting show, or are they really good motorcycle makers?
You know what? The jury's out on them. The real aficionados of bike building, they poo-poo them. And I'm one of the few people that doesn't, because I think anybody that brings bikes into the collective consciousness of the United States and makes them more acceptable and makes them appealing to the masses. You know, that was one of the things that Jesse was talking about this morning. When you're riding in traffic, people have no respect for motorcyclists. I mean, they barely have enough respect for other cars.
Well, I think
but when you're on a motorcycle, you're very vulnerable.
I don't know why this pisses me off. I'm always very respectful. Like a motorcycle guy, if he's in front of me, I like to be very far behind because I always think if he falls, I don't want to run him over.
Right.
The thing that always pisses me off about a motorcycle guy is when he goes between cars.
You know something, I agree with that. And I think in New York State, I mean, there's certain places in the country where I think that's legal. I don't think in New York State that is legal, and I agree. I think it's a dangerous practice, and I think people should not do that because it freaks people out.
Well, also, a motorcycle guy, like on the highway, they always show up in your blind spot when they do that.
Well, that again, it's like that comes down to bad motorcycle riding. I mean, I used to ride a lot when I was like 14, 15, 16 years old. I rode a motorcycle before I ever drove a car, and I got a motorcycle again about maybe 10 years ago. I hadn't ridden in years. Maintained my license, hadn't ridden in years, and I, when I decided I was going to go back, I signed up for a motorcycle safety course, took a series of lessons, read a lot of books, and that's one of the reasons I feel fairly confident when I'm riding on the road, because they'll teach you where not to ride in the blind spot, what not to do, the stupid things that you can do to get yourselves in the trauma unit.
All this talk about safety, so that brings me to a question. You've known Howard longer than me. Mm-hmm. Is in your time with the show, was there ever any chance that Howard's getting on a motorcycle?
Not unless Bianca and Beth were like being held for ransom or something. There's no way that he would do it.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, Sal came by, and I don't know how it came up, but we got started talking about Robin again. And Sal at first was trying to explain himself, but then he broke down a little bit, and it led to a lot of good conversation, a lot of controversy, and Robin eventually coming in here to confront him on what's going on in Sal's mind. And I've been trying to figure that out for 3.5 years. But it was a good show, and watch for yourself.
Why are you so glum?
I'm not glum. Just
You
waiting
see-
for my beating.
You seem
Not a
glum.
I'm on standby.
Why do you say that every time? I'm waiting for my beating.
Because whenever I express myself on this godforsaken shithole, I get ripped apart the next day. No, I do. And you know what? I'm going to. Maybe this is a good
What are
thing.
we talking about here?
I'm
Are we
gonna
talking about
censor
are we talking about the game, or are we talking about how
Whatever
you
we're
verbally attacked Robin?
which godforsaken shithole
listen.
are you referring to?
Okay, I know I attacked Robin. I didn't view it as an attack. I knew I attacked Robin. I didn't view it as an attack. It came off as an attack.
Well, how would you view it? In other words,
You
just said, I know I
without
attacked.
being redundant, it was constructive criticism that she took personally. And I know a lot of people feel that way, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I offended Robin. That wasn't my intent. But, if somebody else gave criticism, it wouldn't be as bad. I always have to be the guy that stepped on in the
that's
end.
not true.
That's wrong.
That's just not true.
No, it is. It's true.
It is.
Because
Don't
I'm
pay-
the only one. I'm the only one who gave Robin good advice, as far as I'm concerned.
No, you're the only one that gave her
and
that advice, and you think it's good advice, and that's you could think that. But
I
you
can.
don't.
And you're not better than me, Gary, to tell me.
I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying you don't have the ability to recognize that you took a solid 10 minutes on the wrap-up show to talk about how Robin is literally single-handedly fucking up the show, and it's your opinion that she's fucking up the show, and we don't say a word, and we let you say whatever you want, and you don't have the ability to think that she might be offended by that.
Well, you interpret it as me saying she fucked up the show. I said I would prefer if she just slowed down a little bit. And that's what I really said.
Slow down. Know your place.
Right.
Slow the fuck down.
And that's it. And then it just turns into this whole... So, you know what? I'm not going to express my opinions anymore on you guys. Because when I do, everybody gets into a tizzy. Everybody gets all upset. It's not worth it.
Actually, you probably get called on the carpet about 1 out of every 10 times you express your opinion, because you express your opinion a lot. But but seriously, when you were talking, did it not hit you in the head that Robin might not appreciate that? Were you surprised when Robin grabbed you in the hallway?
I lost a little sleep the night before.
Did she just?
It started hitting me like, oh boy, I wonder how she's going to interpret this. I hope I didn't. I felt bad about it. I thought it was.
But why would you feel bad? It's just.
I was a little harsh,
but it's an opinion. It wasn't an attack.
It was tough love.
Right, like when you said that Howard's tongue had Robin's feet mark on it, like was that?
It's got a Reebok mark.
Well,
Reebok mark.
Sometimes you have to paint the picture to get your point across, and I felt at that moment that was the case. And I have no ill will towards Robin. She told me to fuck off. God bless her. Whatever
Sal,
she wants.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what happened? She just grabbed you in the kitchen and said, fuck off?
She was in the kitchen.
Or did you say something to her first? Like, did you say, hey, I love you? Or
no, I didn't say, hey, I love you.
Hey, Robin, listen, about that you suck thing.
I said something like, hello, Robin. She's like, should I say hello back, or would I be talking too much? And
you go, really? What do you mean?
And I said, really? What do you mean? I really did. And
just in
she's
case.
like, and she goes, Sal. I'm like, Robin, as soon as I said that, and I did, and I said it on the show too. She goes, love you, schmuff. You don't start with that bullshit. Just because you have, and she really laced into me. She's like, just because you have problems at home and and you have the ability to stand up to your wife and you have issues with women, you think you could take it out on me? I'm like, no, it's not. That's not the case at all. I go, Robin, that's not the case. I go, I just want to let you know that in certain circumstances, I think you chime. And she's like, fuck off. And she turned around with her cup of celery juice that's going to go up her ass in the next 5 minutes. And I said, Robin, I go, let me. She goes, take another step. I'm throwing this in your face. And I'm like, whoa, and that was it. And
you know what the greatest part is?
I feel, the thing is, I really feel bad. I don't like to have tension between people, especially your coworkers and your friends. I feel bad about it, but it bothers me. Like, I don't know, like I expressed how I felt, but it's not worth it.
I don't think you expressed it in a way that somebody would like. You thought it was constructive, but it really did come across as a bit of an attack. And my favorite part, by the way, is how you made a point of telling us that day, I'm not going to be one of those fucking assholes that says, I love you, Robin, but. And all you've ever said, sort of every sentence, including when you saw her in there, was, I love you.
Yeah, that's true. But I said that I'm not going to be an asshole that says, I love you, but, because I really do love her. Like, I'm not going to be a liar. That's what I meant. Like, after, on the show
I'll take 500 shares of Logistics, please.
You need to decipher from, like, the Da Vinci Code to figure out what Sal means when he says shit.
When you get caught in a conversation with Sal, I do understand why he was so successful at selling stock. Because he really tells you. Like, sometimes I would walk out of there confused.
Well, that's because he says 3 different opinions that often contradict each other in one statement.
I said what I meant.
What?
And
Robin walks all over Howard?
That I care about Robin, but I felt lately she's been chiming in too much, and I meant that. I expressed it in maybe in a harsh way that she took offense to it, and I'm sorry that she took offense.
Can I just say,
I don't like I don't like the tension. I do like Robin, and I think she's great.
Assuming your criticism comes from a sincere place, did it ever occur to you that maybe a 25-year broadcasting veteran didn't want to hear the opinion of a stockbroker?
More like a 30-year veteran. Robin's been on there for like 30 years.
A wise man learns from a fool. A fool learns from no one.
What?
It's exactly what I said. If you guys can't interpret that,
a wise man learns from a fool, and a fool learns from no one.
So that means there's always something you can learn, whether God...
No, what it means is a fool has the inability to learn nothing, but a wise man should listen to the fool.
Yeah, you can learn from a fool's mistakes. You can learn from a fool and a fool's actions. But there's always advice to be given.
So who are you in the scenario? Who are you?
Unfortunately, I'm the fool because Robin has the experience, so I'm putting Robin on the pedestal here. But she can learn. So you can always learn something.
But I'm just saying it was unsolicited.
Hey,
like if she had come to you as a friend
Richard
and
Roper
said,
have the right to tell somebody how to direct a film? No, but he could critique it. Yet he has no experience in that field.
I
have experience.
You're not
a little bit, not as much as Robin.
Technically, you're not here to critique. Richard's hired to critique. That's
and
a
that
big
goes
difference.
back to my first statement. I'm done giving my opinion and critiquing.
Oh, put the $1,000 on the table right now. There's no way you're done.
And as much as it pains me, I'm done.
You're not done.
Honesty is dead.
And you're the fool, and you've learned nothing based on your analogy?
No, a wise man learns from a fool. A fool learns from no one.
So who have you learned from?
I've learned to keep my mouth shut. I've learned from this fool myself, I guess.
Jack in Long Island, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah,
I think that's an Aesop fable or something. Look it up. It's on Google.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to talk to Sal about what's going on with him.
Oh, this is Ronnie Munt. Who? I could tell. I could smell the Metamucil coming off your skin.
Yeah, well, hey, dude.
Yeah, I can smell.
You know what,
yeah.
dude? You do this every time.
Take that diaper you have around your ass and wrap it around your mouth.
You do this every time. You cause trouble for yourself.
I do.
And then you cry like a baby.
I'm not crying one bit. I'm just learning my lesson.
Now you did it with Robin. Then
I didn't do anything with Robin.
Like a little baby.
Ronnie, I'm not being a baby
Jack,
here. I'm learning, Ronnie,
like
that I shouldn't express myself because you get in trouble.
Baby, man, you don't quit.
Baby, just the opposite of a very, very old person.
Go lock yourself in your
Jack?
room, like I told you a long time ago. Go lock yourself in a room there.
Ronnie, I'm sorry, Ronnie, that you have to ride my coattails for attention, but your point your point is just worthless. It's just stupid.
My point is so right.
No, it's not right. I expressed myself about Robin. Robin got upset. I'm upset that she's upset. It's not worth it.
Who are you to express yourself about Robin?
And who are you to tell me what I should and should not do?
Because you're hired here to be a writer.
And you're hired to be a Howard's driver, so shut the fuck up and drive.
I do.
What are you doing calling in on a show?
I'm waiting for him. I'm busy.
All right,
so wait.
Whoa, settle down, everybody. Now,
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Hold on,
Stupid
Sal,
asshole.
wait a second.
You're a stupid asshole.
Now, Jack, doesn't Sal have the right to express his opinion?
Not. Why should he? Who is he?
I mean,
if
he's asked a question, he's simply answering it.
Nobody asked him to make it give opinion on Robin, whether she should talk more or talk less. Who is he? He's nobody.
Robin's here.
Hold off on the break. Robin's here.
Rob, can you come right here, Robin? So,
I'm in the hall, and people just keep telling me stuff about Sal saying various things. Why is this still going on?
Well,
didn't you have your say? I
said
heard
I felt
bad.
No, he's not. He hasn't been degrading you. What he's saying
No, but he
doesn't.
said he was delivering a communication. I got it.
He doesn't. We were asking him how he could go off for 20 minutes and give his opinion. I put in quotation marks, and I said, "Did you not think that it might come back to bite you?" And he goes, "No, not really. I really."
Well, when somebody said Sal didn't understand, I said he could stop there. He doesn't have to put anything after that sentence. Sal doesn't understand anything.
That's true.
Just say that. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I would egg you on, Robin, but right before you walked in, Sal's like pretty much on suicide watch right now.
No, I'm not. Ronnie told me that Sal said he's losing sleep. I said, you shouldn't tell me that.
Yeah, because we feel bad.
So, Robin, did you take Sal's advice to heart?
Oh, shut up, John.
Do you really think I would take Sal's advice for anything?
No. But clearly, I mean, you yelled at him in the kitchen, so something must have bugged you one way or the other.
Sal isn't attacking me. Sal is attacking all women when he talks to me.
That's what she said in the
email. And that's what I don't mind an attack on me. Like I said, when he said Artie did something wrong, it was Artie did something wrong. When he says, something to me, it's like, know your place. Well, where would my place be?
This week in Arizona.
Howard's at the window. He sees Robin talking to Sal, and he's got this quizzical look on his face like, should I go in there? And then he just left.
He's like, so what would your advice to Sal be?
I don't have any advice for Sal, because if I try to give Sal advice, because quite frankly, when I was talking to him on the air, I was trying to explain to him what a Google search is, which I don't think he understands. And I got, know your place. Shut up. Stop piping up over there. So I can't give Sal advice.
Robin brings up a good point. Like when you fight with Artie, why don't you tell Artie to know his place?
Because Artie threw a CD at my eyeball.
Are you still angry at him, Robin?
I'm not angry at all. I didn't even know this was going on. And people are telling me. I said, but the worst thing to tell me is that I made you lose sleep, because I'll keep you up the rest of your life.
A kind of cool show happening today. Jimmy Kimmel, who I saw this weekend, by the way. We were hanging out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Jimmy and his cousin Sal.
He's dating his cousin Sal.
Yeah.
No, Sarah.
Well, you know, I did have some alone time with Jimmy.
Yeah.
And I got to ask him about, you know, Sarah Silverman.
Did he open up?
He opened up, but, you know, when a guy opens up to you in private, this is the problem with me associating with people outside of the show. You know, they kind of give you they preface their statements by saying, look, this is some stuff I'm going to talk to you about.
It's embargoed.
And all I'll tell you about that, I'm embargoed. But I'll ask him about it on the air, and we'll see how clean he comes. But
yeah, but you know what? Do you really care more about Jimmy than the show? Fuck him over. Really?
Well,
let's do it.
That's
anyway,
right.
I am a man of my word.
Are you ever going to get better information out of him?
Yeah. But I got to tell you something. This is how bad I am with people. This is another story of how bad I am. Jimmy began to open up to me about him and Sarah and, you know, what was going on.
And was really open, huh?
And then afterwards, like, Beth says to me, well, what did Jimmy say? I said, I don't know.
You had no idea? You didn't even listen? You blanked out?
I think I listened, but I didn't understand what he was saying. It didn't make any sense to me.
I think the only reason you listen to me in those situations is because you're so fascinated how fucked up I am. Heroin is like something.
He's really fascinated about interpersonal relationships.
Yeah, but I think maybe it's boring to him now.
I listen to you because we're on the air together.
Oh, that's why.
I can.
So in a year and a half, I
should
should stop calling.
If Jimmy talked to me on the air, I would understand everything.
Right.
I mean, you'd question him. You know, you don't even ask questions.
No, I meant even personally.
I did, Robin.
Even when I call you, you listen.
Yeah. But I even said to Jimmy, I said, I don't understand what you say. In other words, okay, you guys broke up and you're explaining it, but
you don't get it.
I still don't know. I don't even know that you really told me anything here. I don't understand. And then he started again to tell me stuff. And maybe he was just being guarded or whatever. But
I have I've had that experience where people are saying a lot of words, but I don't understand anything they're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you.
They're usually foreign people.
I swear to you, I am as in the dark
as before.
And the only thing I know is what Jimmy has said publicly, that she broke up with him.
So basically, you are saying everything you know on the show, so that's good.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I could tell you everything he said, but it doesn't make any sense. So, you know, he'll come in here, and whatever he's comfortable talking about, we'll
He probably isn't comfortable talking about any of it.
Probably not.
On the air.
No.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel's here, man. Old friend of the show. We got a lot of old friends here. We don't have no new friends. We got only old friends. What the fuck?
Kind of like you.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck you. Come on in.
Jimmy.
Hey, what's
Morning.
happening?
How you doing, man?
Good, thanks. I thought you were going to come to my hotel room and wake me up there.
I wish.
At this thing.
So what brings you down to the show today?
What do you think brings me down to the show?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I have a lot of important things to talk about on the show. Gary's penis.
What you're talking about right now?
Yeah. No, I had a similar thing done to my penis, so I feel like I can add a lot to the conversation.
You're going to share your experience with us today about that?
I'll help make men in their cars crouch over throughout the morning today.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel's here. Bring in Jimmy.
Jimmy, you gained weight.
No, that's Artie. There's Jimmy. Jimmy's actually lost weight.
Look at Jimmy.
Jimmy's thinner. Good to see you. Artie's thinner too. Hey, James.
Hello, Howard. I can't hear anything in my headphones, but my cans.
Host of Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Don't act like you haven't seen Howard. We heard you spent the weekend together.
Yeah, we made love.
I thought that was going to be our secret.
No, that wasn't a secret. It's just, you know what it is?
What?
When I hang out with Jimmy, I feel kind of like I disappoint him.
What?
Why?
Because when I'm not on the radio, I'm not a whole lot of fun, and I'm actually kind of quiet and not all that witty. And I think Jimmy kind of worships me a little bit.
Are you fishing for compliments?
No. Jimmy, I'm being serious. Jimmy,
welcome to the show, Jim.
Jimmy looks up to me.
That's true. That is true.
And so you expect that he expects something.
Like, I had Jimmy's stories, like when he was in high school, he listened to me, or someone sent him a tape, and he wanted to go into radio. I don't know what the whole thing is, but then, like,
is this your way of saying you want Fred to play music and for me to go on?
No, it's him saying he wants Ralph to play music.
It's always awkward because I know probably Jimmy's expecting this great guy to hang out with him, and I'm I'm really not a lot of fun, as Beth will tell you.
I disagree. We did have a lot of fun, and I have a lot of fun. I'm not. What do you think I'm expecting? I'm not expecting Robin Williams bouncing off the wall.
That would be annoying.
But I know, like, you like to sit and like Jimmy came out to see me, so it was like. Then I feel obligated that we should be together.
Yeah, well, that is one of the things when you go visit
when
somebody.
You visit someone, they actually are supposed to be with you.
You should do the Great Gatsby. You should just never show up.
Well, after Jimmy left, I said to Beth, I said Jimmy's a great guy. Everyone knows I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy's a really together great guy.
Together?
Yeah, he's got it
pretty
together.
Robin.
Yeah, he is pretty together.
Robin, you're sitting on a pot of coffee. How dare you judge?
Well, nobody said I was together.
I really like Jimmy. No one could be an easier house guest. I even like his cousin Sal.
He's an easy house guest?
I am.
Sal, yeah, because Sal is like that wall. He doesn't say anything. He stays there.
Just like a potted plant.
He was nervous. He's not usually like that.
But I said,
you give Sal a sports sticker. He's fine for
I said to Beth afterwards. I said, Jimmy coming out to the house makes me realize I don't think I want people coming out to the house. So she goes,
good, thanks, Jim.
This is positive. She said, why? She goes, no one could be easier than Jimmy. Like, Jimmy's so great. I said, that's right. And the fact of the matter is...
Everybody else is a pain in the butt?
No. I said, even I can't handle that because I couldn't even sleep when Jimmy was over because it was like... I'm like, oh, my God, Jimmy's probably awake, and he wants to
Let me go down and see what he's doing.
So I'm up at 5 in the morning checking to see if Jimmy's
Who's up at 5 in the morning looking to get together with their...
I'm neurotic. I can't have people
He doesn't
over.
want Jimmy to be walking around while he's sleeping.
You know what you got to do, Jim, is you got to just... Howard knew I'd be asleep till 3 p.m.
And then at 9 a.m., I was going to have a chess lesson, and I felt guilty. I said to Beth, is it okay that I'm having a chess lesson? Because what if, it was for an hour. So I was like... She goes, well, I guess so, but Jimmy's your guest, and he's here. And I go, but I want my chess lesson, too. You mean Jimmy can't hang out with his cousin and do stuff?
No, I'm fine. I don't like to get up early anyway. But in fact, I actually intentionally, I got up what I thought was early. I got up at I made sure to get up at 9:30, so around when your chess lesson was over, then, we could
hang out.
Yeah, we
You should have combined the two and had Jimmy give you a chess lesson.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say to your guests, you know what, I got a chess lesson at 9
I did.
or whatever,
I told Jimmy.
and do whatever you want, and I'll see you in the afternoon or
I'm
something.
just not good. I feel guilty.
Everything is very well scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're very well scheduled.
You know what's happening when you go there. It's almost on a list.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad Jimmy went. Now I have someone I can call to ask how the house looks.
When you straighten yourself out, you might get up.
Well, yeah, they don't want, crazy drug people knocking at the door.
What, me and 3 cops aren't fun to have over your house?
But so I always feel like...
We don't want Artie making an escape.
And then the other weird aspect is, I'm hanging out with Jimmy, and where Jimmy and I were having a private conversation. And I even said to Beth, I'm going to ask Jimmy about Sarah. Did you hear my rap about this morning?
No, I couldn't get my serious.
Dude, you and fucking Sarah went through weird shit. Howard told us on the air. What the fuck, man?
I would never do
Thank
that.
God you got out of there.
With a midget? A midget?
It wasn't a midget. He was just short.
No, I said, Jimmy and I were talking. I even said to Robin this morning, I said, I sat with Jimmy. We talked for a half hour, an hour privately about a bunch of things, but one of the things being what happened with Jimmy and Sarah. I need an explanation because I was close with Jimmy and Sarah as a couple. And I said to Robin, I have no idea what Jimmy's talking about.
He says, first of all, of course, it was not for the air, but in the same, he said he went to Beth and he couldn't tell her what you said.
Because immediately, after we had the conversation, Beth wanted to come down, but she saw we were talking privately.
Oh.
She said to me, okay, so what did Jimmy say about Sarah?
Right.
I said, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck he said.
For Howard to listen to you, you have to work Howard into the conversation.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what I said either. I mean, I don't know.
It was the lamest, most
He
mysterious.
said he's not sure you know why you broke.
When a chick asks me what their day, if I want to hear what their day was like, I'm like, only if I'm in it.
Yeah.
I wish it could have been more interesting, but
no, it wasn't that it wasn't interesting. I just didn't understand.
He said you were saying things, but he couldn't understand what you were saying.
I don't understand what I'm saying most of the time either. So.
But maybe it wasn't not that interesting. Maybe it wasn't interesting.
And then also it's awkward because Jimmy says to me, look, this is private. So I said, okay, well, so what does that mean?
I can't
well,
call
here's
the
problem.
Inquirer?
Here's
Yeah.
the problem: is that I know you would like me to talk to you about these things mostly because you're curious about this stuff. But I know that
Mostly because he's a yenta.
it's hard for you to remember what is okay to talk about and what isn't okay to talk about. So
Right.
for your own protection, I feel like
That was smart.
Maybe you didn't tell him anything.
Well,
He didn't. I'm telling you.
I know I did. I told you
You did?
everything. I mean, I told you everything that was there. It's not that interesting. You know,
It's
sometimes
not. It was
people just
horribly
don't.
boring.
Something happens.
Horribly
I don't know what it
boring.
is.
It was terrible, actually.
It's unpleasant, you
There
know.
was no
but
good stories. There was
there were
Nobody
no
had
events.
any great problems, like, you know, they are
Was the sex
harboring.
good? The sex was good, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, for
you.
for me, yeah, it was. Yeah.
The sex was good.
You haven't checked with her?
I think I could safely assume it wasn't that great for her.
But the public thing was
your juice?
the public thing was that she broke up with you supposedly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both times?
No, actually, I broke up the first time. She broke up the second time.
Ah, see, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Who's going to break up the third time?
I don't think they're getting back together.
Is it over? Howard
we
said
had
he
the
could
rubber
get
match.
you. Howard said he could get
So,
you two back together
I can't.
if you just gave him a little time. Now you think you can't.
Well, he can't even listen to Jimmy talk about the problem.
He couldn't stay in the
No,
room.
I listened. I didn't understand it. I
You
didn't
know what?
want to
You should interrogate her. That should be what you do because maybe you'll get more. Because
But alone, like in a situation like that.
I'm not the kind of person that looks for reasons afterwards. It's if you don't like me, I don't like you, and that's
Well,
that.
then why did you break up with her?
Oh, I don't even know. I just felt just depressed and just felt like that was something that I felt like that was the reason why I was depressed, and then I became then even more depressed
After you broke up.
after we broke up. Yes.
You heard the music.
I know. What's the music? You know, Fred, you kill it with the music.
He does. He does.
I could have. I was almost on the hook.
Yeah,
I almost started crying.
Wait, I missed it. What did you say?
I asked, so he broke up with Sarah the first time.
Yeah, so you're getting more out of him than I did.
Ugh, you needed me
I told
there.
you that.
I know. I did.
Well, now that Howard's listening because it's on the air.
No, I listened. I really did listen.
And he
I
said
could tell
he-
you, I could tell you everything he said
Wait a
because he
minute.
didn't say anything.
I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you what he just said.
Yeah.
So he was suffering a depression.
Right.
He decided it was the relationship that was depressing him.
He didn't tell me that.
He broke up, and then he got more depressed.
Do you
so
understand-
that's
You
why
missed
he,
it.
More or
You
less.
missed it.
Yeah.
More or less.
Do you understand how bad that sounds? Like men want to have the perfect woman, and in a sense, Sarah is beautiful, and she's funny,
Talented,
she's smart,
funny. Oh, my
great
God.
conversationalist, and we still get bored. This is what happens.
It's not even bored, really. But you're right, though. Yeah, it is. It's troubling because you think, oh, if I can't stay in a relationship with this person for a long time,
Right, that's-
Then
there
I
isn't
can't do
anyone.
it,
Yeah,
right.
And that's what starts to depress you.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. And it's starting again right now.
Is it that you think the two of you are just not in love with each other anymore? Like the love left?
Well, they
Yeah.
were in love at your
Yeah.
wedding.
You guys were all over each other at the wedding.
Holy
Yeah.
Christ, I had to make out with my shitty food.
I mean, you really were. And
But-
it was so
yeah.
I guess at some point the two of you just realized, like, yeah, we like each other, but we're not in love with each other.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She decided that.
Oh, she decided.
That was funny
You're
at the
in love-
wedding.
You're in love with her.
No, I'm not. I told
You
you.
were.
Yes, but when it's over for me,
It's over. You closed
Yeah.
the door.
I close the door.
Right.
So
But
because I
you
put my
opened the
penis
door-
through the keyhole.
Yeah, but you opened the door.
If he opens the door, he'll be in love again.
You closed the door. You closed the door, but you opened the door again.
Let's put it this way: when the door's closed on me, the door is closed.
Right.
Yeah, but
When I
Jim,
close the door.
Jim, for every door that closes, one opens.
You're right. You're right.
And the one you better
So
open
are
is
you,
the heroin
are you
door.
on a tear now?
Oh yeah, I'm on a real tear.
He's fucking all of Hollywood.
He's having sex with cousin Sal.
Let me tell you what I did last night.
He's having homosexual incest.
I went to dinner with my friends Alex and Martha Wallow, who listen to the show,
Right.
and had a huge steak, and then almost was pretending to make conversation outside the restaurant where I was almost certain I was going to shit my pants. And then I got in the cab and desperately tried not to shit my pants, and then thought, It might be funnier for the show tomorrow if I did shit my pants.
Who cares about shitting in a cab? You've never done that?
You mean you had a big steak?
Yes,
And
and
it made
immediately
you-
it became
went through you.
an angry ball of shit. that
Jim,
wanted
you're not
to
a
come
New
out.
Yorker. Sometimes you shit in a cab just to make it smell better.
And then you wanted to take a shit. And why didn't you do it at the restaurant? Or are you too embarrassed?
Oh no, not at
You
the
would
rest.
never
Plus,
shit
everyone knows I come out sweating. I have to take off most of my clothes. So then I get upstairs, and I know this is going to happen because there's a nightmare happening. Is that my cousin Sal has the key to the room in his pocket, and there's no way he's just flipping the door open and letting me run right through. There's going to be.
Did you tell Sal you had to shit?
Oh, I told him I had to shit, and I realized that was a terrible
Wait
mistake.
a minute. You don't have your own room? You and Sal are in the same room?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
This is getting worse.
Sal's on the show. They didn't get him.
Well, they didn't,
They didn't fly him here.
They tell you can bring somebody out with you,
Jim, that is fucked. What are you doing?
Well, the truth is, I brought two people. I brought Jill Lederman, our producer, so she had a room, and then Sal and I stayed. We don't mind. We like staying in the same room.
Holy mackerel!
You really aren't in show business.
I guess not.
Really?
Jim, they used to get everybody at Mad TV their own room.
I'm not on Mad TV.
Yeah, well, actually, Nightline, they've got 4 people in a room there.
Martin
Courtney
Bashir has like
Thorne-Smith.
17 people living in a room with him.
Hey, would you? So did he get the key open in time and you took your shit?
He did, but there was some torment time where he held the key up and showed it to me and waved it to me, and I was like, "Open that fucking door! Will you open that fucking door?"
Or you're fired.
We're gonna shit all over you.
Don't make me shit in Jim Belushi's room again.
That's right.
Would you have Sarah on as a guest on your show?
Not right now. I don't think. Eventually, maybe.
Wow.
Really? Is that
Wow.
is that interesting?
Yeah, that is interesting. Not good enough.
We're just really
No,
booked
what are you
up.
talking about? Not good
No,
enough.
it's not
No,
good
because
enough.
she's doing every other show. She's busy.
There's no openings at your show?
You know what? We've got a lot of bookings right now. And no, I don't know. I just think it might be
Awkward. But it'd be fun.
might be more unpleasant than it would be worse.
Sarah, there's a very funny stripper I met who's doing a set.
Why would it be unpleasant?
Well, why do you think?
Because but she was, listen, when you were going out with her,
yeah,
she was on the show like every week.
Well, not that much.
I
but
mean,
yeah.
a lot.
She was like your brother Theodore.
And now all of a sudden there's no presence of her like she was doing.
Well,
I'm
it's not
fucking
like
Matt
people like,
Damon.
where is she? I mean, she was on maybe twice a year. I mean, it wasn't like
Is that
she was-
true?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was more.
But she was
No.
on in the time that you two got back together.
Yes, she was.
Listen, I've been on 5 times, and twice when I was on, Sarah
was on.
Jimmy's going to hang out with us all morning. He's going to be here for a while. Ben Stiller is waiting in our green room.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, so what we'll do...
What he's saying is a bigger star has now.
No, Jimmy's hanging out, being part of the show. He'll be here during the Ben Stiller
You can
interview.
sit there while Ben is.
If Ben Stiller's sitting here and Adam Sandler comes in, we'll have Sandler.
That's Jimmy's cousin, Sal.
Oh, this
Hey,
is the guy you
everybody.
spent
Good guy.
the weekend with?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's a nice guy. I was a little worried about him, but he's a nice guy.
Sounds very quiet. Yeah.
He's another Tom Cruise lover, this kid.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What's going on now? Do you have to leave?
I think I have to leave soon because I have to do Regis and Kelly.
You're doing Regis and Kelly.
Without Regis.
Mine, sans Regis.
Yeah.
And Sal, you're going over there too?
I'm going to head over there, yeah.
Well, all right.
He can stay if you want.
I understand your cousin Sam's here.
So am I saying goodbye to you? I don't want to hold you here.
I think we have to
All right.
leave, unfortunately. Sadly.
Sal, good seeing you.
Thank
It was
you.
nice spending time with you.
Great seeing you.
Jimmy, I wish you continued success. I hope these upfronts, whatever
Thank
they
you.
are, go
Now-
well for you.
Now I feel weird about the next time. I feel weird about visiting you because I feel like.
You mean visiting him at home?
Yeah, because I feel like you
Just
always get
visit
the
me.
honest account, but then I feel like I'm making you uncomfortable when I'm at your house.
Not at all. I love being with you. We go away on vacation together. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Well, I don't, because you said then you feel like you have to entertain me. You don't have to entertain
Don't worry.
me.
I know.
I'm
I know.
self-entertaining.
Believe me, and so am I.
Okay, good.
How dare you? Look, I don't know what's going on in your romantic life. I'm sorry
Is
you
he
and
dating? You didn't even find out for us.
I would never ask. I don't know
I'm
what
dating
he's doing.
Neil Patrick Harris.
You're not the type of guy that we're not going to open up the tabloids and see you're dating like every woman in Hollywood. Now that
No.
you're free of Sarah and you're a single
Definitely
guy.
not.
You're not. You're not going to womanize.
What are you going to do?
You know,
are
I'm
you
not
going
like
to
that.
a dating service? Are you? What are
Yeah,
you doing?
I'm on,
Millionaire matchmaker?
I'm on that Ashley Madison.
Well, he
You're
has
on
a
Ashley
cer-
Madison. You only date married women.
Yes, I'm only fucking married women.
Well, Jimmy has a certain type. I think he's going to ask Elaine Boozler.
And so the dating will begin. The dating will commence as soon as you get over Sarah.
Theoretically, yes. I guess so. Yes.
Excellent. We can't wait for that. Who will it be? Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Well, who will the lucky lady be?
Will you be picking up women on the show? Will you do that, Moon?
No, I don't think so. I can't imagine that will happen.
Who are your guests for the rest of the week when you get back to L.A.? We'll pick out one for you.
Ben Stiller.
Right,
I really don't know who the guests are, to be honest with you.
Do you fantasize that you'll be with another famous woman? I mean, Sarah was famous.
Was that fun?
I've decided never, ever to go out with another famous person.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Unless they're really, really good looking.
Kathleen Turner.
Why?
Yeah. Maybe another hot Jewish comedian like a Whoopi Goldberg.
There's nothing I hate more than being the subject of. I don't like being the subject of speculation. I don't like people being interested in my life like that.
But aren't
so you got into the right business.
But aren't people going to always be interested in your life?
Not nearly. It's exponential when it's two famous people. Nobody cares about who other, like nobody cares about who Conan is dating. Right?
Well, because Conan's married.
Yeah, but nobody cared beforehand. Nobody cares that he's married.
I think they would. Well, you're saying because she's not in the business, is what you're saying.
Right.
Oh, I see. So when you're dating another famous person,
try to be more like Conan.
You're going to try and be like Conan O'Brien.
Yes.
That sounds like makes a lot of sense.
You better get better writers.
But it is possible because you're in Hollywood and you meet the girls you meet are girls who come on your show who are in fact famous, and a lot of these. Actresses and stuff. I mean, it's hard to resist.
I say it's not hard for them to resist.
No.
I think you ought to fix.
Ó, eu vou soltar aqui pra pegar termita. Estou sem. Vou pegar mais placa. Tem ninguém lá, pô. Não, tá nós três lá.
Vão pra zona segura.
Ai, você não tem.
Seu colega achou um AAV. Lidar com ele vai valer a pena. Ao trabalho.
Oi?
Alô?
É que essa sala aqui não parece pra todo mundo, só pra quem tem permissão, entendeu?
É, só pra quem tem bilhete premiado.
É, daí você, como nunca tinha entrado no meu Discord, você não recebeu esse bilhete. Ó, o cara caindo aqui na frente. Ah, compraram ele, ó. Não vem daqui não, sai fora.
Mas eu não falei nada, tá doido?
A gente falou junto, né?
Na esquerda. Nossa, dois. Derrubei. Na caixa.
Ah, eu tomei dos dois lados.
Finalizei um.
Tá aqui no meu corpo.
Sério?
Aqui não é lugar pra treinar.
Bora pra direita.
Aqui é o
já,
gulag.
tá?
Luta e vence pra remobilizar.
Entrou cedo hoje, Buzu.
Ah, resolvi vagabundear um pouco mais cedo hoje.
Que isso? Você tá falando que eu sou vagabunda?
Eu tô falando tô falando de você. Agora essa carapuça serviu, né?
Ué, mas eu tô fazendo a mesma coisa que você, ué. Se tu tá vagabundeando, eu também tô.
Somos dois vagabundos,
então.
Vem comigo.
Subindo.
Ele tá aqui embaixo, não sei se ele subiu.
Não chega assim não, cara. Eu
Esse moleque
assusto.
no ar.
E meu loot, vai dar?
Não faço ideia,
Não, tá.
O lugar já cobriu.
Nossa, o loot já foi.
P3, né? Ixi, tem um cara aí com vocês.
O cara tá no top dele.
Tá onde? Tá aqui, ó. Aqui. Valeu pelo loot, amigo. Tu não tem loot?
Sniper. De onde?
Cadê a outra arma desse maluco?
Nossa, é bom que eu tô fazendo desafios semanais. Eu não completei nenhuma semana ainda, não jogo mais.
Vocês preferem caixa de munição ou de
Tá
blindagem?
chegando. Avança pra zona segura.
Nenhuma.
Eu tô full tudo, vai de vocês.
Eu queria um letal aí. Eu tô
Tem uma
sem.
Semtex, certo?
Melhor do que nada.
Eu tenho termita, Bah. Ó, duas. Tinha extra na bolsa.
Termita eu jogo muito longe, parei de usar ela.
Cara, peguei de volta a Syntax. O cara tava usando mira curta na cara.
Calma aí.
Socorro. Ah lá. Tem shield. Na vida! Ai, como que ele não morreu?
Ui.
Nossa, falando nisso...
Que eu tirei.
Falando nisso, o cara tá jogando de... Vocês não tem lojinha portátil, não?
Não. Adivinhou?
O cara tá jogando de... Braço forte, velho. Era a Daniela?
Tô indo por aqui, esquece isso. Gás se movendo.
Eu vou falar que se acostumar com essa mira aqui, ela é boa, hein?
Eu que tô de Ruger, então tô aqui por diversão só.
Seu esquadrão entrou na zona segura.
Acostumado a jogar só no mapinha pequeno.
Vocês não querem ir pegar o balão e ir pra algum lugar?
Não, a gente tá safe. Vamos sair daqui pra aqui, ó. Placa nesse PQD. Pô, essa mira aqui tá bugada, ela acerta os tiros. Em cima?
No domo, aham. Tava aqui em cima.
Ah, é lá em cima no bagulho.
É, ele tava ali em cima na beirolinha.
Eu escutei PQD. Ele deve ter se jogado pra dentro do buraco aí.